Video hello and welcome to hi. Oh fuck! Don't look at the screen right now. Fuck.
Good start. Yeah,
Pretend I was
yeah.
somewhere else. Okay, so hello and welcome to High Road, where our crew has just cracked open an amazing treasure. Oh, and Lee started hacking up along randomly. Yay!
Or
Great
was it random?
adventure awaits. Perhaps it was Lee Liberate. Ao. But yeah, we out here gaming. We out here cloud seeding something to eat. But yeah, so we're here and we're gaming. And our heroes are on a nautical adventure across the waves on their way to fulfill their goal as an expedition to find the Sandhawker's
Find the
heart,
One Piece.
an artifact which
Oh,
may hold the secret to eternal life.
wait. This isn't to find this. This isn't the place to find the One Piece. We're not doing that.
I mean, I can confirm the One Piece is real, but not more than that. But yes, our party are in a nautical adventure, but they are not pirates, or are they?
Yeah.
Let you be the judge.
I'm like a thief. That's like a land pirate, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah. Makes sense.
So, with all that said and done, you guys have just cracked open a large treasure chest, and when it's pried open, you see a vast treasure of gold and silver and the odd bronze circular amulet of great value. It's clear that a small fortune lies within this chest alone. Gem encrusted crowns and fine curling gem studded ivory. Various implements of great value adorn this place, in addition to hot and heavy loads of coinage, golds and silvers. Among them, the occasional trade bar. The value in this chest is immense, so immense as to stagger one's ability to immediately evaluate it. Keiko immediately steps forward and says, "Treasure! Finally, all these years, and we literally strike it rich. They say money doesn't grow on trees. Clearly, they just needed to look under the roots." She is incredibly pleased with herself when she looks around and says, "Well then, we'll divide the percentages according to the charter." And Twinfar says, "Yes, well, certainly." And all of the assembled not pirates, all the assembled sailors look very excited and chuffed at this mention. As Abdil speeds in and says, "Oh my gosh, gold, gold, gold! Look at it, look at it, look at it!" He pulls out more and more coins, twisting them, biting one of the necklace's golden chains to display its value, and to verify its realness. Fire Abbey says, "Well, I guess I wasn't planning to actually dig up treasure here. Good job."
You see Tento just sort of like looking around. It's like
Mm.
waiting. He's like for something to happen. Just like, that's
No,
it.
and Keiko says, "Well, yeah, we followed the treasure chest, we followed the treasure map, and we found the treasure chest. What's more to expect?"
I don't know, a curse,
Oh well, why would he go to? Why would he
demons,
hide the treasure if it was cursed or full of demons? Then he
a
would have just
trap.
well, he would have just left it out for people to take. Then,
Like, I don't know. Usually when we find stuff like this, it's either cursed, trapped,
oh yes, but that's because you're
or
going to dungeons. We're just on an island. See, the sea is already bearing its fruits. That's why it calls to so many. And yeah, you stand now, Kabancho, at
it's
the
just,
edge of a
just like keeps
vast.
looking around. It's like, really, just nothing.
Yeah, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, Kabancho. You see a vast, sea of treasures in this chest. Gold, silvers, jewelry.
Maybe
Man,
he's
if we
picking
were
up.
just gonna open it, why we call them up so soon? We could just.
Yeah, Tento and Zaya could just throw an ecosystem real quick.
I mean, I was thinking about just, taking our pick before you guys came up.
Wow.
Kiki, you had similar thoughts. The only reason you asked me to call them up was because it may have been trapped.
Yeah, that was the reason.
Keiko, cocks a jaunty brow and says, "Well, either way, I'd say that we've all earned ourselves some treasure and a happy voyage onwards." And she gesticulates to Vairabi and Abdil and says, "Seal it up. Cassandra, make sure people don't get too excited." She nods. And she turns and says, "We of course appreciate greatly the contributions of the Shade of the Mountain. And you'll all be getting your cut just as soon
So
as
do
we
you guys, like,
pay it all
put
out."
up- You guys like put up a sign saying like the treasure's gone, like someone's already been here. Like, how does this work?
Well, I'm assuming there's only one map to this thing. I don't think the guy made multiple copies. If he did, that'd be pretty dumb.
Keiko shrugs and says, "It's possible that people know the story, but I think the whole will be evidence enough. For now, of
Okay.
course, the elements will wear it away."
Can I?
Keiko
inspect the
thinks
treasure?
better of it, and she does walk up to this tree, take out a tanto from her belt, and just chisel something on the south side. Step back, dust off the wood flakes, and says, "There. I think we've given a fair notice." Bitfar says, "It is
Was
succinct,"
here.
as they take a look.
That's what I imagine. I like to think she wrote Keiko was here. Smiley face.
Yeah, so
What does it say?
what it actually says is that in Kehoe has been written too late. I think that gets the message across. She says, proud.
Out of character, I'm going to resist writing underneath it, also in Kehoe, to apologize.
Damn it! I was trying to write that in chat. I
Be
didn't want to say it out
faster.
loud. I know.
Just be faster.
I just need to type it faster.
Yeah, so the party is here assembled, and for the moment, everyone is in good spirits. Tenchi's like, "Oh, I've never seen so much money. Oh," and Vairabi's like, "Oh, don't lose your head over it. We're gonna get a fair chunk of change out of this whole expedition either way, right? I mean, it's supposed to be ruins, right?" And Treadfire says, "Ruins? Well, I do suppose we could come across historical harpy settlement," and kind of rubs their chin, and Vairabi says, "Wait a minute, I thought that harpy was dead." Bitfar says, "Oh, well, there could be some living harpies around as well, but it's all very academic. For now, I think Keiko is right. We should get this back to the ship." And Treadfar kind of clears their throats and makes themselves a little scarcer. And Gentuli is enjoying the fucking sand while Kay sniffs the flowers.
Touch grass, guys. Touch the grass.
So,
Jeez.
how did it feel being organic, Zion?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what's good?
Weird.
How did it feel
Um,
like chewing on things?
So, like, as I was leaving, there was a lot of red in the water. Did you guys get hurt, or were you guys
We
just
were hungry.
eating everything?
Yeah.
I
It's
just
fun
point
being
at Zion like, you. I just point at Tento, you.
it was fun being an apex predator.
I see.
That that is all.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good and fresh seafood.
I'm moving around to see
Yeah.
how
So
they-
if you got the runs, you're. I'm not helping you with that.
Can that happen?
Does
Did my
anybody...
diary digest everything? Is that a thing? Did I eat something as a as a polymorph animal, does it still stay in my stomach, or do I just
roll me
it
an
on my
Arcana
head?
to know the nature
That's
of
an interesting question.
the
What is the
digestion of
I just
metaphysics
like
of transformation?
Yeah. You see that Arcana roll.
Just curious. That's a good point. Do I
If
get
Tenta was
sick?
wondering this out loud, Lonnie's gonna like just like mentally answer them in her head probably, but also just purposely leave Tenta
No, just
wondering.
curious. That's a good point. Like, can I get sick? Do I get sick? I rolled a 16. That's a very good question.
Yeah, so Tento, based on your loose understanding of transformation, you think
I
that
was a
you
pupper
probably yeah, you were about you can probably transform your body probably absorbed the protein, but it depends ultimately on how long you were in that form. And if you were long enough to digest, then it's probably more broken down. And if you weren't, then it's probably somewhere inside of you. It's going to come out at some point, and we'll see how prepared you are to handle it.
How does Zion handle it? Zion, do you have a stomach?
Zion, there's like a part of like a fish slides out of Zion.
Isn't Zion like immune to disease or something?
Yeah, I mean Zion's broken down most of the fish meat already. But what wasn't broken down just kind of escapes.
It's like a fish guts is like spill out of Zion.
Oops.
This is my question. So you feeling good, buddy?
Zion, you might want to wash that out. Just fish starts smelling bad really quickly.
I just go take a swim.
All right, I'll be right back.
Take a swim with your mouth open? Like, how is that gonna help?
Just open up the chest cavity, expose the core.
Yeah,
Find everything in the ocean.
use your flushing system, right? I'm sure you have something like that, right? Where you just like flush out your whole body or whatever. Is how else would you clean yourself?
So what is the treasure?
Zion.
The treasure chest is just treasures, right?
As far as what you saw was that there was a whole bunch of, valuable loot.
Is that just getting split amongst the people in the ship, or
That is what Keiko said, is that it would be split according to the charter, so that the profits would be shared according to how that was agreed to be broken down. You weren't really there for all that because Treadfar handled it.
Okay.
But you could ask someone at any juncture.
Don't care enough. I just need to know if we were gonna add anything to our inventory right now.
Yeah. So
Lonnie don't care. I care as a character,
think
and
there's,
just whether or not we add anything.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any parts of Zion where he just has like trouble reaching?
Can Zion come apart?
Can Zion disassemble itself?
Like, if Zion like has trouble scratching his, I mean, I guess it wouldn't need to scratch its back, but like if you need to reach behind it, like, could it just like unscrew an arm and just like?
Wait, can Zion get itchy?
Zion, come back!
Wait, we have so many questions now.
Simply walks into the sea as questions fly around about its nature and abilities.
We need theories to test Zion.
Juntuli, lays into the sands, watches as it simply disappears into the waves.
Oh man, I hate sand. So coarse. It's everywhere.
And both as well.
Sooner or later, that joke's gonna get funny. Eventually. Probably, right?
No, it doesn't. It
Oh,
won't.
Good thing no one asked you.
Yeah, she drapes about on the shore,
Sorry.
and Zion splashes into the waves. Gentuli is laying on his back, enjoying himself.
Am I tripping or did these voice quality change?
Did what?
Did
Am I tripping or did Lee's voice quality change?
Did it just change again?
No, I didn't notice anything.
Do you hear me any different, Casey?
I kind
Right now?
Hold on.
Right now. Did it just change again right now?
a little bit.
Hold on. No, it's not going through that device.
I don't know. Maybe
little bit
your
of-
voice was always like
Might-
that, and I just
Might be just because of the background noise. And it's
Yeah, there's
just
a little bit of
adjusting.
background noise, but that's about it.
You could be correcting, yeah. It's okay. I'll mute when I'm not talking. But our party finds themselves on the shore, Zion washing itself out, and the crew are, packing in the treasure chest. As Cassandra says, nobody got any funny ideas. Let the captain handle announcing this news to the crew. And the treasure is secured in the back. Kay starts to load on, and Gentuli dusts himself off and says, "Oh, I'd follow Zion, but I don't want to get the old Wagglefoot." And
Cal, I'm proud of you. You didn't
Hmm?
take anything from the chest.
I still know that.
Vaira Abdul looks over and says, "Why, of course. If one of us takes it before anybody else gets a chance to see and divvy it up, then that would be stealing from the crew. And Tento would never do anything like that."
Yeah, why would I do anything like that?
And Vairabi kind of looks back and forth between Lonnie and Tento, suspecting but saying nothing. Gecko sort of, cocks her brow wryly and says, "I'm sure it's nothing we need to worry about on this voyage," as she steps up on the upper deck with Gentuli and says, "Now then, let's take the penitent back to the fair trade." And, Zion, I'm assuming you get out of the water and join the party at some point.
Yeah.
Alright, you splash
I hope
up,
so.
hop onto the deck, and you find yourselves back aboard the fair trade. So, you come back and dock with the main vessel. Badoop, badoop, badoop. A treasure chest in tow. The whole crew is very interested. What are you cooking that's getting into my throat?
Probably the serrano peppers and the Yushan eggplant.
Oh.
Or the ginger.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm weak. You guys return to the Hawking.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to good food. So you guys return to the ship, and there is quite the conundrum. Skyturner flies over, head leading you in, and the whole crew comes out to see this large chest get offloaded. Keiko says, "Good news, everyone. The chart has led us to a treasure chest. We've all just gotten richer." A general cry goes up. Alfoon says, "It is the blessing of Sphora this day that we have found treasure upon the waves." Oshuna, from the cogwork ballista deck, leans over.
Wait 2 seconds. Did anyone else load into the map?
Did I not?
Nope, still on the loading
It's
screen.
it's 98%.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You know what? I'm gonna preload something tonight as well. Because
Okay.
The murder map.
I can do preloading.
No. What? Preloading. Wait, really? That's cool.
Yeah, so thank you for the water of the lead, Parker. What I should be doing is, yes, preloading before you go to the map. So that you guys don't have to deal with as much. I'm sorry, I'm allergic to good food. Oh, is it killing you, Mass Parker? That's
Which is weird because serrano peppers are one of the more minor peppers too.
I'm being roasted for how minor the serrano
Dang,
pepper is.
Darren.
I know. I said
That's
I was
such a
weak. I
slide.
said I was weak, Darren. Okay. So
Lee, I do it for the content, all right?
and I appreciate that. You're out here doing it for the vine.
Yeah,
So-
doing it for the vine.
The whole crew is excited. Rashuna says it is surely Hyra's temptation upon us, and she looks very pleased as she says this. Edward kind of gives her a side eye. Dargo says, treasure? My, I feel like we're on a bit of an adventure. And Gentuli says, quite. Norabal looks over the railing and says, nothing good ever comes from some buried treasure. Probably stolen by some dead pirate. He takes a dim view of it all, clearly. But Abdil says, well, he's dead now, and it's ours. Whoop, whoop. He zoops around, singing, oh, we're gonna be rich, oh, so much gold, so much treasure, it's enough for us all to have coins and a little something. Kyrak says, exciting! We'll see what develops from this. But for now, he points, I think we have a hard wind to get away from. And indeed, Gentuli and Kay and Tenti return to the other ship as everyone begins to be beaten off to quarters as Keiko begins to say, hoist that sail! We need to be leaning out of this. Because there is indeed a heavy wind that you are finally escaping. And as you turn out, the vessel begins to take you on a long voyage towards your true destination. True destination. I would move to the captain and crew board, but honestly, you'd be there for 2 seconds, and then you just have to load again. Basically, just know
And back down below deck.
yeah. So basically, Lonnie and Lumi are back below deck, chilling as soon as they can, right?
Yep.
And
Back to, I guess, practicing the lyre because it distracts me from the impending doom of we're stranded in the middle of the ocean.
and Kabancha, you return to the spider hole, I assume, long term.
Spider hole.
Back
Fire
to
hole.
my little den, my little corner.
I have,
Zion, you have assembled your cogwork ballista. What would you like to do? Other than that, in terms of you're about to be spending some time on a boat, more or less.
I will. Hold on, let me find the thing.
let me find the thingamabobber.
Yeah, I'll just keep reading Dreadfar's notes on rune weapons.
Yeah, you continue to
Try
pour
to-
over them.
Figure out if I can make a device to recharge Tento's ammo.
Roll me an Arcana.
Arcana. Oh,
The assembled notes seem to have a bit of a gap in them. Only you could see a working example of some of the things described here. You think that you'd see what the originals failed to make note of. There's a gap in how the devices are, how their power is recorded. You can see the extremities functioning just fine. You understand the weapons themselves, but you need to really hone in on that power source. You don't make much more progress, but you keep reading them and rereading them, and you're poring over them in the bunks. As Tento, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm gonna ask
Practicing-
Keiko if
Yeah?
she knows who Senjin is.
And she says, "Oh, Senjin of the Thousand Blades?
Yeah.
She's a famous bounty hunter. I mean, she's been up and down the coast."
I see you guys use similar styles.
Huh. You compliment me. She's a renowned swordswoman. The difference between her and I, though, is that when someone comes for what's dear to me, I don't use the flat of my blade. She says, leaning on her hilt a little, and she says, but it's true. She has a refined style as a swordswoman. I heard conflicting accounts she had died, something involving a saint. Well, I wish her the best. If you ask me, women like her clean up the coast of riffraff.
And there's another weird thing. Remember when you were, I guess, banished by the magic lady?
Her eyes roll back a little and she says, I was transported to a snowy mountain. There were beasts coming out at me. It was all I could do to fend them off with my blade. Until finally I was back, suddenly. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was plunged into a fight for my life, yes.
Any other particular details you remember from that time?
I was on a high peak. There was mist and clouds. I was above the cloud line. I couldn't see anything but white and blue in the distance, but maybe there was something like a structure. It must have been stone. Hard to tell in all the wind, but I remember thinking that there was some sort of refuge up ahead. I just need to push forward to it. It looked like it could have been the entrance to something, maybe an old temple, but drugs. I was only there for so long in the grand scheme of things, less than a moment.
Okay, now I do remember. I think it was when I was high on the poison, but Senjin was in the same place, wasn't she? And around a similar situation where we were spying off Yetis in a snowy area.
You wanna you're just like this is like you're not saying that to her. You're saying this like out of character, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember.
You
yeah,
do recall a really similar dream where Senchen was, on mountains fighting off creatures in the snow. And it does seem to somewhat parallel what Senjin experienced. Not what Senjin experienced, but what Keiko experienced.
I will bring that up then with her. And like, is there any reason why you guys will experience similar or have similar experiences?
He follows it over and says, perhaps we were both banished by the same spell. I honestly not an expert in magic. Kyrak, hearing this, walks up and says, perhaps she's headed there, yes. It sounds like your paths intertwine. Or could. Perhaps the spell did not send you to a particular place, but a place you could go. A place you're called to as a master of the blade. Keiko shrugs and says it could be. I know that there are some important holy sites along the mountains that run across the isthmus. It could have been one of those, but again, impossible to tell. I only saw the faintest suggestion of something like pillars to make me think that there was a structure, and it looked coated in snow. Kyrak nods. That's a good point. Tento, how did you have... Was there anything else strange that happened when you had this dream?
I'm pretty sure I was high on spider venom when it happened.
Spider venom. You refer to the trial of Silk White Knight.
Yeah.
I've heard strange things. To be honest, I assumed Kabancho would know more than I. But I do know that it's one of several means by which some people seek out hallucinatory visions that guide one. If you saw this person there, perhaps there's something for you there. Perhaps you should try and follow her. It has to mean something to you to appear in the vision, to the best of my knowledge.
Thank you for the insight.
Keiko says, my Tento, dreaming of powerful bounty hunters, are you? Be careful you keep your nose clean.
I just need to clean nose. I also have one more question for you, Keiko.
Yes.
I like the footwork of the style you're using, the sword style you're using.
You compliment me.
Can you teach me?
She mulls it over and she says,
I know you're a busy cat and all, but like when you have free time.
I can show you what I know, but I'll warn you, it took me a long time to master what I've learned, and a lot of dedication. Of course, I split that time between being a successful merchant. So I'm sure you'll find time between your adventures, but you must practice diligently, day and night. Otherwise, train will be wasted.
Yeah. I'm up for a challenge, and it'll give me something to do in this long voyage.
Well then, we start tomorrow.
Thumbs up. Alright.
Give
Is there a
you
snack around here?
Hey, you head out seeking snacks. So you mill about, and in the coming days, Tento and Keiko do a bit of sparring. Keiko frequently does not even draw her sword from its sheath. but she's very adept at parrying, dancing, and knocking people off of their feet. Tento and her bump about a bit, and Tento, you start to get the idea of what she's doing, although replicating the intricate fluid flow of stance to stance to stance is not going to be a simple task. You're just sort of beginning to comprehend everything there is to learn. Down below decks, Lonnie, you feel the rumble of the sea, but you've started to get used to it. Make a con save with advantage.
Lonnie, under the sea.
No,
Under the
over,
sea.
over. Stay above water.
I don't think there's a song for that though. Oh wait, what's the one from Moana?
You know what? As it turns out, you're actually
Damn!
you actually weathered
Why?
pretty well. You do spend a good a few days in the hole at Cabancho. You're in the spider
Nice
hole.
legs.
You're under the stairs. Day comes, day goes. You are aware by the glow through the edge of the boards. What are you up to?
Yeah, what does Gambato do?
So at this point of the voyage, Cabancho actually is gonna start summoning the Rebel Blade and try to commune with it physically, not just through the mental link.
Yeah, I
Are
like
you
how
gonna
this is
do that
happening.
in front of
No,
everyone?
No. Important note.
I mean,
this is happening
anyone
literally
who's-
one wall away from Lonnie. There is a stairway keeping Lonnie from seeing.
I
It
do
doesn't
not
make-
hide this from
doesn't-
anyone.
Does it make a cool swishing noise when you summon it, or is it just like
I mean, I did not particularly envision it making a bunch of noise coming out of a.
not a bunch of noise,
Portal.
like whoosh, or like something
I
cool?
imagine I pull it out and it says "subdued."
Yeah. So
Hey, that's better than nothing.
hey, Veronique. So you draw the Rebel Blade,
At least be funny.
Bancho. You are alone in your spider web at the base of this stair. The web around it, the blade in your hand, green and gold. It speaks to you as the lyre music lilts in from around the corner, as Lonnie gives it her best go. You find yourself taken by the
Before.
water. Thank you. You find yourself taken by the flow of the music, and the Rebel Blade in your hand feels still. At first, you hear nothing, but eventually, a voice comes to you and says, "Bancho Akechi, you hold me, and yet there is no foe before you. Finally, you bring me to your hand. Are you ready? To once again do what is necessary?"
I'm not ready to let you do as you please, but I do think I need to learn more about you. I try to read about you, read about Akechi, see what history had recorded in the scrolls, but I think that approach is not gonna work, so I thought I would commune with you directly.
Only so much stock to put in scholars say, yes.
I think first things first. I've been calling you the Rebel Blade this whole time, but do you have a name?
I am the Rebel Blade, but I am also truth. I am justice. I am the extension of the self that cuts down the foe. I have more names than there are seasons. But you may call me the Rebel Blade because it suits me. And it suits you.
You don't have anything shorter.
Ha! Don't worry. When things like you and me communicate, words and titles aren't necessary. The most pure communication we can have is that I am an extension of yourself. When your sword arm swings, It is the pure language. We will communicate and commune in what we do and what we do not. Because yes, in the end, it will always be your hand which swings or not, as it always has been.
But there have been times where you take control, you lash out, strike those that I did not mean to.
I am the weapon in your hand. You cannot master me, and you cannot wield me. My power is manifold, but I cannot express it myself. Have you considered that the reason that the weapon that I am cannot be contained is because you cannot contain yourself, Bancho? Have you not also hurt people you did not mean to hurt? With me in your hand or not, people have died. There have always been consequences for your actions.
Consequence of my own actions, I'm willing to uphold. I'm willing to take those consequences. I'm not willing to take all of yours.
A fair reply. Know this. It is in my nature to stir rebellion. In conflict, there is always casualty. So you must wield me as you see fit, when you see fit. You strike down the evil. Will you not bring freedom? But if you come to love it, you come to rely upon it to keep order, you will no longer be the wielder of the rebel blade, not in truth. I am not a tool for the hand of tyrants. I am an extension of the will to rebel. Now that I see you as you are, not the one I expected. Not Akechi. I understand that you too must adjust, as I have. It has been hundreds of years. The world has changed. Your hand is different. So too your path. But you walk through feast and famine, through peace and war, and through, oh my gosh, look at this lovely Instagrammable dinner.
Dang, Rebel Blade, you eat?
The Rebel Blade.
Are you hungry? Have you been starving this whole time?
The Rebel Blade's like, oh, don't worry, you know, we got mochi in here.
Yeah, let's go.
Rebel Blade is actually just someone in a different dimension, and then just like someone brought over dinner, like, ooh, wait,
The
wait,
Rebel
sorry,
Blade-
I know
the
we're
Rebel
just
Blade-
having
Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
green tea is my favorite flavor.
The Rebel Blade is actually some person on a phone that's tech support and has
Yeah,
a
he's
off
just
switch.
communicating with him
Rebel Blade-
while he's eating.
The Rebel
His
Blade-
wife brings him food, or his partner brings him
The
food.
Rebel
Oh,
Blade
hey!
is like, look within the hilt of the Rebel Blade and see what you always knew would be there. Red bean paste.
Oh,
You're like a shout in the distance. It's like, damn it, you're ruining the moment.
My immersion.
This is delicious. So, where's the? Is this the eggplant?
Hey
Yeah, that's some good
Jay,
shit.
can you go make dinner? Can you go get dinner now? I'm hungry now.
Well, thank you for the fresh lead, by the way, Veronica. Okay, so Rebel Blade's like real response here is that you wield me, but know that it is my nature to rebel. You must ride that tide. Together, alone, can we effect the change I desire. But my change, my desire for it will be eternal. Akechi sheathed me in the times of peace, to wield only in times of war and great need. But Akechi was a singular individual. Weaker men who desire only violence, they fail to realize my potential. So though I bray against it, and I am a terrible steed to ride, know that I do not seek pointless bloodshed. I take no mirth in causeless violence.
I think with that, I think there is a future where we coexist. You do not have to be put away. And hopefully we can adapt together.
Yes.
But for the time being, I know I just said that, but I don't have enough trust in you to leave you out.
It is wise to be careful with who you trust, Kibancho Akechi. But know this. You are in but the calm before the storm on your voyage. In the heat of battle, I will see you again.
And then I put the blade away. And I look around and see if anyone's been staring at me this whole time.
No, I rolled for it actually, and it's like, because I was like, does Lonnie like
interesting?
Does Lonnie just like have some reason randomly to go to the other side of the boat and just see this whole shit happening? I rolled
That's
for
that.
it.
Kibancho's not gonna hide this. Like even if like a crew member comes by, he's gonna let them see.
I rolled for it, and I do not believe that it happened to happen this time, but that's a
This
possibility.
time.
People scurry about on deck. About 3 days have passed. Nendo's gotten some sparring in. Zion has poured over its notes. And the winds have been very favorable. The boat is constantly lurching forward, and Lonnie has somewhat gotten over that, you know. Not that she isn't still afraid, but at least the physical seasickness is somewhat abated.
Maybe I can actually play the fucking lyre properly for once
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, blame the boat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Very early on, I tried to roll the herbalism kit to make something for seasickness. I don't remember what came out of that. Can I keep trying to make something?
Yeah, you can pop me another herbalism.
It's not bad, right? I mean, I'm going to twist the fate that's trying to.
Yeah,
It could be a
you wanna-
20.
Yeah, you make an amazing.
21.
Wow. You scrunch up like a small snortable powder. After a moment, you know, the there's like a strange molting feeling, and your earwax turns white and falls out, and then suddenly you're no longer affected by seasickness for 24 hours. It just can't affect you.
After testing, I'm gonna go up to Lonnie. I'm like, "Hey, you feeling okay?"
I don't know. Are we near land?
As you say this, like the sky has gone dark at day, and like you know, the winds are starting to buffet the sails, and the boards are creaking.
I take that as a no.
I'm
no.
sure there's land nearby, but it is not within sight. I've been trying to make something to help with your situation. It won't really make it less scary, but at least you'll feel less queasy. And I give Lonnie the powder. This helps with the seasickness, but I don't know how it will work with Lumi. I don't have a wolf to test this on, so.
Lumi looks at you as if though to imply that you know you'd be dignifying in medicine without proper ethical wolf testing. Looks very disappointed at you.
Do I like mix this into a drink? Do I just
No, like many other drugs of this kind, you just kind of snort it. It goes into your blood system very quickly, but just don't scratch your ears too much.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. And I give like a
Uh.
piece of paper with a doctor's note from Dr. Cabancho.
All right.
Prescription.
Sorry, JK man. How do I take this?
Wait, Kambacho, how do you scratch your ears? You don't have like earlobes. Do you just like put your finger in the hole in your head and just like scratch around there, or like what do you
What are you
do?
talking about?
Wait. How
You
do
don't
I
have
take
ear.
this? How do I partake of the white powder?
I mean, per Lee's description, you straight up snort it. You can make a line and everything if you want.
Um.
I like to think
Be
as
that weird for druids to know. Yeah, let's go.
I like to think as like it's nighttime. You know, Tento's gonna go down to like sleep, and he just sees like fucking Lonnie just ripping one out.
Wait, nighttime. You see?
Huh?
You see at nighttime?
I'm sure
How does that work?
Actually, no, never mind. There's no windows in the bottom floor.
Yeah, how does that work?
You're blind.
Are
You
there
don't
like
see.
lanterns like in the bottom deck, or like is there any kind of light source?
That's a good question, actually. Would we use lamp oil
Lee, you're muted.
like daily?
Oh my god, you guys haven't been hearing me. Oh my god, I was saying so much stuff. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So briefly, yeah, there is a powder, you do snort it. And it's more of a grayish powder, you know. You come downstairs, yeah, there aren't lanterns because it isn't actually night. It's gotten hella dark because of storm clouds that
Oh.
blot out the sun. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, so there's a pretty heavy, you know, storm going on. There's a bucking of the boards. And there's some pretty heavy rains.
Excuse
The
me,
crew are
sorry.
busying themselves, tending to everything. And yep.
I will go downstairs and see Lonnie just like rip rip one. And
Only if you have a reason to come down at that exact moment. But sure, go
it's
at it,
raining.
You got the rain.
The crew is getting prepared for a storm. Last time I tried to stay out during a storm, they yelled at me.
As they should. I mean, carry on.
Little's just gonna raise an eyebrow and just like whatever. It's just, she's a big girl. She can. It's not addictive, is it? Lonnie, what are you doing?
I'm surprised you weren't interested in asking for like to share.
You okay there, Lonnie? Kind of just. What are you snorting?
Lonnie's just gonna minor illusion a blindfold in front of him. And just say, mind your own business.
Can you
Yes,
see through
that-
illusions, or like is that like
well, the
like,
thing with minor illusion is, technically speaking, I think the moment you move your head, you'll break it. But if you just hold still, you won't see through it, right?
I mean, he has to make a intelligence save
Yeah,
to
ma-
actually try to
ma-
perceive through it.
Get that intelligence save.
For all you see, everything just goes dark.
well,
Well, I guess
let's roll that again.
towards
So
We'll
towards
get to
what?
roll
night.
that again. There we go, perfect.
I was like, oh yeah, and I forget it's
You
Tento.
totally believe it, but by pure halfling luck, you almost trip on your boot there for a second, wave your hand and break the illusion, and truly see through and realize,
That's just like, I'm not here to judge you. What you do is what you do. I just want to make sure it's semi-safe.
Yeah, Tento, did you want some?
Did you make it?
Yeah.
What did you make?
Actually, who's older, me or Tento?
That's a good question.
Fuck, do I have Lonnie's age written down?
Tento's just gonna ask him, did you make it? What is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lonnie's been kind of struggling, and was trying to make something to help with the nausea, the seasickness. So
What
I
is
made
it?
was crushing some herbs and bone together, and I got something that worked.
We crush. Oh, it's that kind of stuff. Okay. Wait, what kind of
Usually
herbs?
There were some dried mushrooms, I don't really know the names of these things. I kind of just learned. I mean, a lot of the things that I know was kind of trial and error, and other people tell me. I don't read a
Hey,
whole
who
lot,
else
so
are
I
you
don't know the
testing
name.
this on?
Myself and some of the fellow crew members.
Are they okay?
Yeah,
Did they
fine.
agree?
What? Hey,
Yeah, I
are
got
other crew members fine?
sense. I didn't just poison them, paralyze them, and use their body like.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
didn't
you say
Dude,
you
not-
they
didn't
had
know what was in
consent.
it. I don't know. What do you want me to expect? What do you expect me to say for that?
Just
That you
away
would
from
trust
like
that I
any
wouldn't, like-
away from any source of like medical help, and it's like, hey, yo,
Yeah, you
I'm
want
a
to snort
serious
this?
drug that I'm experimenting with.
You know, try a new high.
Then just like, oh, okay, so it's just like seasick medicine, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, do you have that problem?
No, I was just making sure it wasn't anything else.
What do you
Okay,
think it
yeah,
was?
yeah, Darren, I gotta know how old is Tento?
It's a good question. I never
At
thought
some
about
point.
that.
I do have
I think
I
he's
do
making-
have a starting age.
I think we must have, in a sense, we have to know this information because, like, it was like we had a whole arc where we examined the backstory of Tento and know when he was born, right? Like, did I ever cite a year during that?
No.
Huh?
Not that I can remember. But yeah, Tenta, do you have problems with seasickness? You seem fine
No.
considering you jump around and
Yeah.
climbing the rope for no reason, and or maybe,
I
I don't
climbed
know,
the
maybe
rope
you do
'cause
have a
I'm
reason to
bored.
get up there.
Cause I'm bored.
Oh, well, I mean, you seem fine, so I didn't really think to offer.
No, I was just making
You
sure
want some?
you weren't making weird hard drugs.
Lonnie just like rolls her eyes. Like, what I do is what I like. Just like keep your nose out of my business.
I see what
Ah,
you
I
did
get
there.
it. Nose.
Lonnie, Lonnie's gonna just drew crap like just like rotting fish smell around Tento.
This
I feel like
sounds
it's
What
kind of
did I do?
extreme on a boat. Just make
Hey.
everyone worried their food supplies gone bad.
As this happens, someone already looks shit comes down. As my Rabbi looks like shakes her head like, "What's that nasty
It's not. I don't. It's not that strong of a smell. I think your crap can only do like faint smells.
She
But
walks in,
yeah,
she looks around, and she says, "What's going on? Listen, it doesn't matter. There's she looks legitimately shaken. And
Are you
almost
from the
like
Okay.
fish smell or from something else?
she already looked shook
Well,
before
that's
she
what we're
came
trying to
down.
find out. Are
Already
you
looked shook before she came
okay?
out.
Was the smell that bad?
The smell is whatever, but I think I'm seeing things. You were mixing medicine, Caponcho. Can you give me something? I think I'm seeing things.
What are you seeing?
I mean, I kind of need to know what's going on with you for me to attempt to help
She
you.
holds her head, and she's like, I was leaning over the side to make sure that we hadn't taken any damage after we heard a thud, and she looks around. I saw a face in the water,
A face.
a huge face, and it faded in and out.
How? So like not normal size.
No,
Like, how
no.
big?
Gento's gonna fucking
was
run
like- where's
out.
It was like a
Zion?
large, disembodied head. No,
How big are we talking? Like
I don't know.
The
It was
size
big
of the
in
boat
water. No, not
big?
the size of the boat. Maybe the size of, like, I don't know, a boulder.
We need to find Zion.
Boulder Kun?
You-
Well, no, it's Boulder Chan. Sorry, right? It was
no,
Chan.
no, we've had several. Considering that this
Oh,
might be a really big one.
we had
is it
Son,
the Boulder
Chan.
Dono? Like, hello?
I think we've definitely had Senpai, and
We got
Boulder
Boulder
Sama
Sama
Chan,
next.
and we've had Kun, I think.
yeah.
Boulder Kun? Is he here with us now?
The next
Gento's
one
gonna run out.
is either Boulder Sama or Boulder Chisang.
Yeah. Well, tune in next time on Haro to find out which boulder honorific we try next.
We're gonna come
Something
across
like
we're gonna cross like a mountain or something. It's like, and then it just upgrades to like OG song.
Yeah, Boulder OG, not the OG stuff.
Boulder Grandpa, Boulder Grandma, Boulder God.
Boulder God. That's a cool title. Kento's gonna look over
Or
the
is it
map
Boulder
like, is there a face? Did you see the face?
How high is like the lower deck above the water?
Wait, Kabancho, was she one of the person who you gave like the test drugs to?
No.
Wait, so sorry. You had a question about how low you were below the water?
Like, where is like the surface of the water? Like, what sea level is that at?
Um,
I don't know. It's relevant.
the hard. If you look over the side of the boat, it's like 10 feet down. But we'll have to display you at 15 feet for bullshit technical reasons.
Okay, well, I'm still above the water.
No, you're below. You're like 5, 7 feet below water here.
Jeez, why the fuck am I down here? Lonnie is gonna cast
Because you don't want to be out there.
Lonnie's gonna cast Detect Good and Evil Good, and I guess walk the length of the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, deck.
So while that's happening, I believe the Tento and Kabancho run up on the deck. Someone said something about going to get Zion. Does someone actually go do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
You,
find
you,
Zion.
yeah, you head to the cabin. You quickly find Zion. Zion, you're poring over the notes, and you're kind of stumped on, like, surely they said something that at least implied this. How could they have forgotten to write this down? As you see the transcriptions of what, Treadfar has gathered everything they could find, but it seems like all their sources are missing this one link. When Kabancho walks in, Zion's going through notes. What do you do?
Zion, I hope your study's going well. We may have some problems outside. Someone's seeing giant faces in the water, and I'm more worried it's Faye. Can you come take a look?
You can see here in the distance his hand twitched. Faye.
Yeah. Um.
We
Yeah.
all just like collectively go look at the letters, and 4 specific letters come up.
Yeah, I could use a break from these notes.
Thank
Oh yeah, fighting Faye, casual break.
Casual Friday stands either way. So, you inform Zion, come out. Enter. You look over the side. Roll me a wisdom save immediately. Sidargo is back. Gregorios is like avoiding and says, "Fair wind out tonight. I wouldn't look in the water."
Man, I wish the assistant before I like rushed out there.
Yeah, so
What, NPCs
That's all-
being
that's all the
considerate
fun.
of you? Nah.
Up 6. That sucks.
Why couldn't you
And,
roll that for the intelligence save?
Tento. Design, you come out. You hear there might be Faye involved. Meanwhile, below deck, you're walking the deck, right, Lonnie, or below the deck, and you're
Yeah.
getting the vibe check if you. And you get a faint hit of Faye off the side of the boat. Almost like it isn't there, but you have a sense of it. Almost like how you feel when you cast the eye in the forest away from you. Tento. Ooh, you see a strange swirling visage. 1 and then 3 women laugh at you, swirling in the waters, appearing and disappearing disembodied heads, a strange spectral essence swirling there. And then it's gone. But you hear their laughter ringing in your ear. It's maddening. In spite of yourself, you find yourself frightened.
Wait,
Zion.
wait. Does this supposed to scare me?
Well, it isn't necessarily like, oh, you saw some really crazy shit and it scared you. It's more like, preternaturally, like, it's giving you the ick. You know what I mean? Like, it feels wrong to look at. It feels like it's doing something to you.
Okay, because I do have advantage on fear rolls.
Oh,
so okay.
Oh, no, you're right. My apologies. Do make that roll again to see if you got better.
Hopefully. But I
I
was
didn't
gonna say
realize
is
halflings also got shit.
Oh God!
Oh, a bit of the old halfling luck. You know, it carried you far last time. It carried you
did-
about 2 inches this time.
You did
Yeah.
better. You did better.
Yeah, I did better.
Yeah.
That's
Look, guys,
improvement.
it's all about progress, right? We can't just make leaps and bounds. We have to do inch by inch.
100%
Ani's just gonna call up like, "There's Fey magics."
Someone screams Fae. Judge says, "Ooh, an opportunity to study the Fae in a wild, natural environment where they are not at all bound by the defenses of the Albanian Empire. Why, I'd say we might be able to see Fae engaged in activities far beyond the usual Keiko scream.
Aren't you?
Dreadfar! Get to cover and don't say things like that." Kyrak, on high alert, has both of his blades out. Norbal is holding the wheel, straining, saying, "We each not run aground before it matters more about whatever's happening. Let
It's
the shade
over
of the
here,
mountain
right?
handle this." Yeah, it
Over
was
here, right?
Yeah, it was. Yes, correct.
Yeah, Lonnie will walk closer to that way. It's on the
We're sh-
like.
we're
I'm
shooting
looking
get-
at the stairs. From like behind the stairs. It's on like the left hand side.
Rashun is on the ballista, trying to arc it like point it as far to the left as it'll go. And
Oh,
Alfoon-
cool! They do understand what I'm saying.
Alfunza runs over to the side, and yeah, actually, the question is, has the worry? I don't think it's ticked in yet because you're just like, oh, no, danger. Alfoons has his trident up. He's leaning over the side, and as quickly as it's there, it's gone. You're cackling, but you don't even detect the faint presence anymore. Ento, it frightened you deeply, and you feel like you'd know it if you felt it again, but the frightening leaves you, and the ick is gone.
Oh, that's weird. Did not like that.
Yeah,
Everyone
suddenly
else okay?
there is a break in the clouds as light begins to come and the rain begins to die down, and Captain Keiko cries out and says, "A break in the storm! The wind at our backs! Ha! We'll make great time!"
Anyone's concerned about that? What just happened, or?
Kyrax says, "Very. What did you see in there?" Comes down to talk to you. Redfar is back in these cabins, and
Oh, I saw faces, and they were laughing.
alright.
It was a very unnerving laugh. Like I did not like it at all. Kind of laugh.
Alright. Anybody who's hearing this can make a nature or an arcana roll at their preference.
Is Tento speaking loud enough for me to hear down here?
Yeah, and you're still like right below him. I'd say you can hear through the boards.
You said nature or what now?
Arcana.
I'll use this one.
I saw that 17. Rolled into a 3.
Okay.
Waterfay. Which ones might fuck us up?
So,
They got a variety of rolls today. Holy shit! Did you? Oh, you have a -1 there. I thought it said +1.
Nah.
Is Cabancho kind of dumb?
Cabancho's not kind of dumb.
Campancho's got a lot of heart, you know.
There's no real kind of.
He tries his
it's
best.
More confirmed.
I mean, Cabancho did go away from out of healing range.
So, Cabancho. You know shit. Zion.
Shit.
Not ringing any
Good
bells.
Thanks.
description. Very apt.
Lonnie. Yeah, Tendo, you ain't no shit either. Lonnie.
What? I didn't roll.
Lonnie
Oh.
and Zion, I think, got
Do you,
the
do
two.
you, do you want to try?
Yeah, sure. Arcana or nature? You
Yeah.
said?
Your choice.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
your saving.
Yeah, I didn't know I had a choice. He's a halfling forest boy. He'll do nature.
Huh. Well, what do you know? Lonnie, you're down below decks and you're thinking, you've calmed down and you don't go into the language mode where you can't hear them or understand properly. You're just like, yeah, thinking about that. It sounds like somebody in some sort of The fact that there were 3 faces and that there's been sudden weather phenomenon around it and that it's spooking people, and there's like a hint of fae influence, you're starting to think that a hag of some sort might be involved, or maybe multiple hags.
I was wondering because I'm pretty sure I like looked this up when I was looking up the conjure woodland. It's conjure woodland creatures, but it doesn't say any fucking fae
Yeah.
or
Well-
conjure woodland.
So Tento,
Mhm.
You think that there's his fae. Furthermore, you think that what you've witnessed is some sort of a trifecta of hags, of a coven. Because you got frightened, you can't quite perfectly recall their visages, but you think that you might, know them if you saw them, or at least you'd have a good chance to. And you definitely got a sense that they have a wide-ranging presence here. Not like unlike when you traveled Kokoloi Forest and you knew that those woods and you knew the entities there. You have a feeling of knowing these entities, getting a sense of their presence, and you feel their presence growing as after the storm, Sky Turner takes off. He begins to fly back and he cries out, "Oh, land! Land ahead! We'll get there by tomorrow morning." And everyone says, "Yay, land!"
Olan.
Yeah, it's about to be, 3 days since you left Port No Land, and on the 4th day you're going to arrive at land. But Tento, as Sky Turner gives the coordinates and Norabel starts to slightly adjust course, you can't help but feeling like you're headed towards the source of your frightening her.
I give everyone a heads up. It's like, just a heads up. We might be encountering the person or thing that made the floating heads thing mabobbers.
Lieutenant Cassandra walks up and says, "Well, then we shouldn't go to that land at all if there's danger there. We were already stocked up. We don't need anything else. We should keep sailing." Keiko looks at Lieutenant Cassandra and says, "Cassandra, I appreciate that we're out of our depths on supernatural matters, but let's agree to consult our experts. That's why they're here." And, Keiko looks at the shade of the mountain and at Lonnie.
I was like, is that
and
us?
says,
Is that us or Treadfire? I actually can't tell.
"What do you think?" Keiko looks at you all and says, "What do you think the safest move is?"
Well, I think I kind of know what it is, but I don't actually know that much about them. But I'm pretty sure I could call one here, like a friendly one, and we could ask them more about it.
What?
What
Like,
if you
That
call
sounds-
the one that's haunting us right now? Like, can you choose like that?
No, cause remember the yeah, I tried this with the pixies before, I'm pretty sure, and we asked them hey, is it always the same one? And no, they don't.
Yeah, don't you
Yeah.
remember they're just picked by random and forcibly they have to be
Yeah, so, I
forcibly,
can't-
answer her questions and stuff like that. Or obey her.
I'm I guess there's technically a chance, although I don't know if pull them from the Fey realm or just really anywhere, but we could at least find out more information.
Well, either way, I think it's probably more dangerous. But
Yeah,
whatever
just
this
spawn one.
creature is, it's able to affect us from out here. I don't
Well, that's
know
not too
us
far,
leaving
right?
the area will stop
Wait.
it from affecting us.
How far were we from the island when
In a few days.
Like
It affected us.
tomorrow. I think they said we'll get there tomorrow, right? Something like that. We're still a bit a ways away from land.
Yeah.
are we that far away? I thought we were closer. Okay.
So
I mean, when you say that we're heading towards them, is it in the water, or do you think that specific island is
Yeah, you got a bit of
Or I
ick.
guess-
You got a bit of the ick when they changed bearing towards the island, and as you looked out over the prow towards what you think is the direction of the island, Tento, is how you got the ick.
So how far away is the island from us?
You can't see it.
Okay, we just Sky Turner sees it. That's
Sky
because
Turner
he's up
flew way
there.
up in the sky.
Yeah.
and
That's
managed
no.
to
I'm
get,
just saying like
yeah.
that's because he's up there and he's able to see it because
Yeah,
he's all
yeah.
the way up there. Okay. Gotcha. That's a pretty far casting range.
I mean, like, are they like trying? I mean, are they trying to hurt you right now? Because like I thought sometimes there's just like people who just want to mess with people, but not actually like mean ill will towards them. I don't really actually know that much about it. I just like I think I might know what it is.
No, I think you said you could spawn one for us, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Probably
see
do
if-
this below deck so that we don't scare the whole crew.
Or we just warn the whole crew that this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that too.
Something
Keiko does
happens
interject at
below
this point and
deck.
say, "I'm not sure how I feel about having." What was this exactly?
I think it's like a hag of some sort.
some hag fae
Edgefar comes
thing.
out from cover and says, "Ooh, an interview with a hag." Oh, Keiko, I must insist. Captain Storm might have taken the opportunity.
It's
Go on to
hard.
learn. And Keiko just shakes her head and says, "Doable."
You heard the captain? Below deck?
Right, Robbie kind of stumbles up and is like, "Well, I'm feeling better. Nothing too big happened while I was down there, did it?"
You probably don't want to come below deck for a bit.
Oh well, I'm all right then.
Or we're
Don't
just
tell me twice.
Yeah.
also
Nova the novice runs out and says, What I miss? I was just folding the laundry when." And
oh right,
don't worry
the
about it.
novice.
Yeah.
Novin!
Novin freezes up as he sees Kabancho. He's like, Shuffles to interpose the mass between them.
That's right. You better listen, or else we'll set Kambanchu on you.
Montre just smiles and let that affect him, however.
Lieutenant Cassandra, he's like, "Oh." Lieutenant Cassandra's like, "Well, I'll be there to supervise. This is a dangerous event." And comes down below deck.
Wait, can you smile? You don't have lips.
What are you talking about?
Abdul says it's the smile and the heart that matters as he's setting some rigging. Alfin says, "I don't like this, but I'll leave it to you adventurers." And Rishuna says, "A hag. How curious." And then it doesn't bother to come below.
Speaking of which, Lonnie, you sure about this?
I mean,
I know you suggested it, but like,
summoned the main lock before, and like they're not the friendliest of things, but I forget our ruling on the main lock.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am like looking at some of the info about the sea hag. I was just checking the CR rating.
Yeah.
Mostly. But what did we rule on horrific appearances? Was it like it didn't affect Lonnie, but my friend could still be affected by it?
Yeah, I think that was the ruling. I don't think that you didn't get to blanketly defend your friends. You guys just put it really far away from where you were.
But I would be okay.
Yeah, I think you're okay. I don't think that you get spooked by your own mean lock.
Damn, what? That would suck.
Well, Lonnie is below deck and like behind the stairs, just so no one will accidentally walk in on this.
Lieutenant Cassandra though is here because she wants to supervise, and Tredfar also comes down saying, "Oh, don't mind me. I'll just be in the corner. Although if we do have any opportunity to ask her some free-floating questions, I have many."
Actually, I don't think Lonnie summoned the mean lock inside of people. Lonnie might not know that won't affect your friends. Alright, let's go.
Kyrak looks at Zion and Kabanchu and says, "Are you two going to go down there with Lonnie and just make sure this goes all right, or?"
oh right, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right.
I'll
I'm
hold
supposed to be
things up.
supportive.
Lee, coin flip. Will Lonnie know that? Well, I guess one, will Lonnie know that sea hags have a horrific appearance, and two, does she know that that it will not affect her, but it will affect her friends?
She knows they will. She doesn't know that it will affect her friends.
All right, cool. She's not gonna warn them. She's just gonna summon this hag.
All right, so A terrible entity.
Just like right
A
here.
hideous entity, so hideous that I actually display it via a green circle. Appears. A twisted
circle?
visage strikes you.
Oh my god, it's not a circle, it's an oval!
Oh,
It's hideous!
It's
And
so ugly, I can't even look at it straight. What does it look like, Tento?
So yeah, unless your house are running it, I can like I can tell them what save to make.
yeah, by all means, tell them what save to make.
I mean wisdom saving throw if you're looking at it.
Is it trying to scare me?
It it just says that if you can see their true form, I don't think it's a conscious thing. They're just not the most pleasing to the eye.
But what happens if you fail it?
Won't someone find out?
Well, I mean, if it
Like
gives
the
me frightened,
poncho.
then
Is it a fear effect? Is what
Yeah, that's
Darren's
what I'm
asking.
asking.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is a fear effect.
Okay.
Which no, you failed it. Never mind.
Well, I didn't roll. So.
No, you failed the other one though.
Yeah, I failed the other one.
Is it the same DC as a normal Sea Hag?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
Okay. So yeah, are the NPCs gonna roll?
Here's the thing. I keep trying to click, and
Aw.
the buttons have gone gray.
Sad. Well, Cabancho failed. Apparently.
Do you want me to
if
just roll for them? I could just roll out some dice for them.
No, I got this. Hold on. I've got it fixed. No,
Okay.
I don't. What the fuck?
Whoa, Darren. You were rolling for NPCs, you're stepping boundaries. They don't get halfling luck like you do.
Oh, I know.
Lieutenant
I mean,
Cassandra
that
was like, ah! And steps back and is mortified. Treadfall
He's
goes,
mortified.
ooh, and is curious. And they kind of like clamber over the crates and they say, oh, just a moment, a word, if you'd be so kind. The hag like just throws up her hand. She's just like
So what?
bloated,
what's the debuff they
almost
get?
looking like she's died. Frightened, right?
Yeah, it is frightened. Also, unless you've changed this, if the saving throw is successful or the effect ends for it, the creature's immune to the hag's horrific appearance for the next 24 hours.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Treadfall is riding that
Good
high.
to know.
Tripod is too curious to be afraid.
Yeah, so a lot of people, so the others are, yeah, Lieutenant Cassandra is buffed. The hag says, I answer only to the one whose son. And she's like, looks like a bloated corpse kind of granny with seaweed for hair and like almost coral growths on her body, Davy Jones style. She looks at you curious and says, what brings a land gnome to bring me up in the water?
Hi,
No,
sorry. I know
the-
this probably isn't like the most comfortable place for you.
The other ones I saw were scarier than this one.
Dealing with some of your kind, and we just wanted to know like if there are some things we should like avoid. They're just like hanging out in the water. I don't know if they're like purposely trying to scare us or something, or like I don't know if you guys are like super territorial.
Or someone summoned them.
She cackles at that and says, oh, if you've entered into the domain of a coven, you'll find they consider everything within their territory theirs to dispense with as they please. Yes.
Mm.
How big do these territories usually get to?
She nods and sort of says, large and small. It all depends. But you say that you think you're in the territory of a coven right now?
Well, we've just been. I think there's just been some spotting of your kind, and we just want to prepare for the worst.
Well, it's simple, really. Well, it's in my nature to be what I am. But she sniffs the wind. I think that something spell is on the wind, yes. Something that shifted. Something that was once land flesh and is now sea hag. Oh, powerful, dangerous. I would turn your rickety dead tree around. Or not. It all depends. You need to know what to do when you face me. But I don't give up my secrets that easily. Just because you can summon me to fight for you doesn't mean I'll tell you everything. But
that's fine.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. He'll try to lure you in, make you feel comfortable, serve you tea, put you at ease. And they'll throw up falsehoods. If you're ready to strike, they'll put an innocent babe's heart right where you think you should sink your blade. Attack wantonly, and you won't hit them. Hold back too long, and they will hit you. Or worse, they'll get you right where they want you, and then start to do what they want.
I don't suppose there's a world where we don't come to like shedding each other's blood. We're just trying to pass through.
If you make a deal with them, yes. If you make an honor a deal with them. We're Fae, you see. We can't lie. And a hag's coven is an inherently legalistic entity. Because none of the hags really trust each other. Myself included. But, to gain the power of the coven, they must cooperate. So, they're bound by rules. And if they knew a member of their coven had broken a deal, well, what could they do? Certainly they couldn't trust them to uphold deals anymore, now could they?
What kind of things would generally appeal to Coven? I mean, not that like everything will work for everyone, but just there's something that you guys generally like?
There's power in souls, yes, spirits and souls, and experiences, the taste of sorrow, the lament of victory, the tragic end of joy. Yes, the more esoteric things interest the hag. Although if you had some potent magics of great use, perhaps it would be enough to interest one. But of course, if you have to deal with business with 3 hags... I hope you've got a pretty well-balanced wallet of trinkets.
Is there anything else anyone wants to ask? Casually looks around to
and Treadfar is like,
people who
oh,
some are
yes,
scared.
yes. Could you ask, so you mentioned now, the enhagification process. I'm given to understand that it's not always inherently fey in nature. What can you tell me of these non-fey hags? And she kisses a little and says, this one is so curious. Maybe you should be more interested in where you came from, little demon spawn. Oh, I'm afraid I'm dreadfully aware. But if you could, though, with the... I don't mean to offend. I'm just so curious. I mean, clearly you have your own brilliant corpulent nature that they can't quite copy. Oh, they're a flatterer. All right, then. Charming. I'll give you this one for free. Non-fey hags are imitating the same path the true hags like myself are inured to. They use the same magic in reverse. But they become very weak because of this. A non-fey hag is tied inherently to something in the land. And if it dies, the hag does too. So, fascinating. It's like a phylactery. Or, oh, this has such implications for my research. No, please, I must insist. Another, please, I'll give you, do I have any relevant emotions? And the hag says,
Hey, let's just take you back for a second there before you give out something you're not supposed to.
and Toes hold and Treadfar back. Like, no, wait,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah,
the
it's like,
implications.
okay. 2 seconds, Treadfar, think.
Yeah, and so yeah, the hag says, "Well then, can I cast you a spell?"
So, like, generally avoid them is what you're saying.
Yes. And remember, not all is as it seems. And illusions aren't the only way to trick someone. Yeah, do you keep the Fae summoned for like the full duration? You got anything else you want to ask her? You want to dismiss her?
If I don't think she's amenable to talk to Treadfar more. Treadfar's not gonna get any more of their interview.
Yeah, Treadfar is very sadly seems to be denied a good interview off of this one.
So you said that hags would be willing to make deals, but
Always willing to make a deal.
A trio of hags, though.
Well, you need to make a deal that appeals to all three of them now, won't you? They won't risk making a deal they think will alienate their allies, but they also won't break a deal, because if they do, they'll show their allies they're not trustworthy.
I mean, would a coven take offense if, say, one accidentally sails into what they consider their coven or their waters? Or could we just turn the ship around and leave and not have to make a deal and not potentially cause insults?
It depends on their
Who said anything
mood
about insults?
and their temper.
Oh,
And a lot of other
no,
things.
It seems like they take offense to everything.
It's hard to say. Oh, well, maybe they're sensitive, maybe they're not. The waters are big. Unless you think you're the only ship sailing through here, I'm sure the hags just have their discretion in the matter, yes. You could turn around and sail away. But that wouldn't be as exciting now, would it?
You also mentioned like non-Fae hags.
Yes.
There's no way for them to like imitate Fae, right? Like if
You mean appear to be Fae? Well, they could cast spells to make themselves look like they were.
like is their magic also Fae like, even though they're not Fae?
They draw upon the woad raw. It is a natural sort of magic to this world.
So then the ones we are dealing with are Fae.
He shrugs and says, "Well, what evidence do you have of that?"
I just have my own magics.
He shrugs and says, "And you've come near all three of them?"
Unless there is something that else Fae like in the waters. I don't see a reason to doubt.
He shrugs and says, "Fair enough." So then, do you need anything else from me? Perhaps a potion or a spell? I could teach you to brew 8 fingernails.
Fingernails?
Think of everything they acquire, dearie. Scraping up everything. Taking in everything. Growing, aging, dying, peeling. Decaying, and yet staying the same. Firm and yet wobbly. A great ingredient.
Alright. Sorry, I asked.
I don't know how long you've got and how much you're willing to help me, but I pull out a bunch of potions. I'm like, I'm trying to work on a better recipe here, and I just like look around.
Did you just like listen to like what she just said? What she used? What ingredients she uses for her potions?
She throws up a hand and says, "Foolish spiderling, you're so obsessed with the alchemical properties of reagents, you haven't considered what a real concoction can be. Look beyond simple reaction. Evoke. You think that you can make a craftsman's task of this, but no. The real potion ray comes from within. Comes from the soul.
Yes, I definitely agree, and I pull out the what are they called again? The wither bloom potions.
She says, "Oh, now there's something delightful. Won't you give Granny a sip of that, young man?" She starts to lick her lips, and you see her blue tongue has like a barnacle hanging off of it.
Hey man, you're the one that brought it out.
Yeah, but I also can't get my legs to walk forward. Hey Lonnie, can you pass this for me? And I pass her one of the fortifying potions.
I will go ahead and pass it.
Yeah,
and Lonnie's a little confused as to why you can't get closer.
Yeah, so she like uncorks it, takes it, and drinks it entirely with her prehensile tongue, and gurgles it, drops the bottle, and says, yes, it's.
Assuming she takes the normal effect, she's resistance to necrotic damage for an hour.
Yes, yes. The withering bloom, it pushes back the death. I can taste it. That little bit of necrosis, the rigor mortis, about to set in and yet not. Ooh, a devilish pinch of the self. Ah, yeah. I have had some of you, to be sure. And I taste Arachna's mark in this. Silky, unsmooth. Not bad. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Damn.
Well, this is like turned into a study group.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, guys.
She says, but yes, come now. I've answered enough questions.
Home ec class at this point.
Do you need me to claw someone's face off, or scare them, or wreak havoc, or cause death, or corrupt some font of nature?
Wait, I was asking if you could like help me like direct me to like my next step. Like, I'm trying to make these more permanent.
The rolls her eyes and says, "No, I'm not here for this. You're not even paying me. Come now, O summoner. What have you brought me here to do? Surely something terrible to an enemy of yours. Perhaps I shall prepare a caustic brew."
No, sorry to disappoint, but that was really all that we wanted to ask.
Oh wait, can you make me a poison?
Suppose you would do well in a fight against your own kind, would you?
Tricky to say. Not all hags are alike. Some of us are strong, some of us are weak, some of us are wily, some of us are different. Depends on the hag. Depends on the occasion. Depends on if I had friends. Depends on if they did.
Do you think it actually would it maybe be possible for you to swim around a bit and see if you could find one of the hags and just I don't know if they'd be willing to let us know where their territory is so that we could leave them and not bother them.
She shrugs and says, "If it is as you command." And do you go up on deck and do that?
If no one else has any questions, sure. Let's get the hour's worth.
All right, so an hour's worth of the hag swimming around. Everybody, I presume, goes upstairs and
you like actually swimming? I like things.
Lieutenant Cassandra stays down. So the hag hops out and swims around at really fast speeds, and
she's like doing the butterfly stroke.
People like point and
I'm sure Treadfar's taking notes.
Some people are like getting ill, and Keiko says, "Don't look." And Rashuna just kind of like grimaces down and says, "The Fae, the detestable thing." Alphonse says, "We should not trifle lightly with these hags. This is bad luck. And how have you brought this thing into our..." Alphonse sort of breaks off and looks at Lonnie with like a long, lingering gaze. And Treadfar says, "Oh, don't worry. Lonnie, I think you'll find, is very expert magica of the woadcraft. Yes, she calls upon all the powers of nature and a few that you haven't heard of. And there's a lot of pushing around, but the sea hag comes back at the end of the hour as like the sun is growing low in the sky, and she says, "The creatures here all run when they see me, and none of them answer my cry. I think they're afraid, but the other hags haven't shown themselves."
Well, thank you for trying. I hope the water was at least nice, so maybe you got something out of this.
Ooh, it was delicious. And maybe soon the water will meet you. And with that, your hour is up. The rain has cleared, and there is about to be one night before you guys arrive at the island. What do you do?
So I'm pretty sure the whole thing was to. What I got out of it was stay clear of the island.
Yeah, same.
Unless we want to make
Sorry, I'll be right
trouble.
back.
Yeah, that's basically what
But
I
yeah,
got out
Lonnie's
of it.
vote would also be to not go towards the island.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they might try to deceive us and stuff like that, but let's just stay on our toes, try to avoid it, and we should be fine.
I mean, I just assumed that they would come chase us down, but if we don't think they will, then yeah, I don't think we need to stick around.
If they chase us,
Safer if we
then
don't.
it's fine. At least they'll be on our turf and not their turf.
I don't know if they chase us down, they just take out the boat. We're all kind of sitting ducks.
We can say that for any kind of like sea land like fair battles. What do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know, but there's a reason why I do the morning ritual of water breathing on all. I look around
Yes,
on most of us.
to be safe. That's fine, but like, yeah, they attack the boat. They attack the boat. You really can't do much about that. What do you want us to do?
Go to them and stop them from attacking the boat. While we're on land, we're less worried about,
So, do you want to avoid the
drowning.
island? Do you not want to avoid the island?
No, I want to avoid the island if
Okay, then
that's
let's
an
avoid the
option.
island.
What? Okay.
You bring up these facts that like just is irrelevant. We don't want to encounter them. We're gonna avoid them.
That's what I said at the beginning. I just prefaced it with my reasoning.
You say it, just say avoid the island. It's fine. You didn't have to bring up the fact that they could attack us or chase us,
We're
whatever. Avoid it.
we're just gonna have to be vigilant a little bit. We don't know how big their territory is.
Kyrak checks up and
I'm sure it
says,
can't be that big.
"Something tells me it's not going to be that simple, but I agree. Keeping a wide berth from those things is probably the best." So, you guys continue on. And you advise Keiko that you do not want to go anywhere near the island, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, the fair trade and the penitent steer away and keep on course. While some people lament their lack of opportunity to go on land, nobody was really jonesing for the hag part, so everyone sort of gets in line.
What are you telling me? They don't want to meet a hag on solid ground?
Yeah. You guys carry on for another few days. And at this point, it's been,
I'm
been
also
6
kind of
days since
curious.
land.
Was that island the map that you're preloading, expecting us to go there?
You'll see. It's 6 days since land. And you are headed for your destination. You're still, well over a month out, but you're making good progress.
I get those 2 spell slots back now, right?
When on the morning of the 6th day, you enter. The wind cuts out. The boat coasts there. And people sort of shrug, let down the sails as much as they can to catch what wind there is, and go about sailing duty. Nobody thinks this is terribly strange at the moment.
I don't know how the sea works. I'm assuming this is okay. Everyone else thinks it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Same boat.
Yeah, you are on the same boat as him. The fair trade.
Does Lonnie know that the weather was from the sea hags?
Why would you know that?
I just remember you mentioned it, but I don't remember in what context.
You are aware that they have a degree of weather manipulation.
Just considering that, and also the whole thing that happened on the island with the storm, I think Lonnie would start each day at some point, just like doing the druid craft and trying to like, predict the weather,
Mm-hmm.
just for future reference if there are unnatural weathers.
Yeah, so the weather now is what it is. You're expecting winds tomorrow to carry you on. But for now, you're left where you are. Tinto, you have your occasional training with Keiko. Zion, you pour over the notes. A bunch of you have your occasional beating with the double blade, and Lonnie, you practice the lyre. Goodfar grows a little restless as they pace the deck and consider. Yes, but what are the implications? What are the broader meanderings of the non-Fey hags and the Fey hags? They seem lost, deep lost in thought.
Imagine if Shredfar could summon creatures.
Yeah, have a field day.
It's
So-
just like this like word spreading around the Fey realm. Like, all right, who's gonna get pulled in for an interview today, guys?
So you guys have a nice time on the boat. A day comes and a day goes, and it's the 7th day since land. The prediction you made yesterday, Lonnie, that there was going to be wind today, doesn't come true. And this morning on the deck, Alphonse is kneeling and praying when you come up. Oshuna watches him, kind of idly leaning on the ballista. People are going about their work, and Kabanch, you're down below deck, right? You're fiddling with your sword.
Yeah.
You know, a handsome man by the name of Vrunk, who is come to your crew by way of other ships, and comes to you and says, "Oh, excuse me, you're Kabancho, right?"
Yes.
Yes, I'm new here, but I was just trying to move some of the crates around. Someone mentioned that your web is very strong. We're wondering if we could use it to move some of the tools up top. We've had this long break, and we think that it might be a good time to make long-term repairs. He points to a crate in the back, and he says, "It's full of heavy tools we usually keep down here so they'll be secure in the event of a major storm, but right now it doesn't look like any of that's happening. Is there any way you could use your web to..."
Yeah, I can help out. I will say my webbing won't last in the salty air out here.
That's all right. We'll just need a moment to get up the stairs.
Yeah, I can help with that.
Yeah. So you help Vrunk get the crate up the stairs, and everyone is pretty well pleased that this has happened as people get to work shoring back up the mast and ensuring that it is in a secure position. Abdil hopping all over, ramming it in, while Robbie could have, toothing in a few, and Sadargo helps out, saying, you have to be careful with these bands. Vrunk has helped move the crate, and he does come back down and say, you were great help there, as Cabancho has secured his net to the thing that pushed it up. And he says, I really appreciate that, and everything the Shade of the Mountain has done for us. You've made it so much safer. And he says, here. And he pulls out what appears to be, it's a dagger, but it's basically, it's on the border of knife in terms of the dagger realm, right? And it's a pretty simple Anto on the outside, but he opens it and you see it's an incredibly sharp blade. And he says, this knife was given to me by the man who taught me to be a sailor. I always intended to hand it on to someone I took under my wing, but it just never felt right. But here I am, safe with you. I feel it's the time. And he pro-offers the dagger.
I'm honored, but are you sure? I feel like this would be useful for you for this voyage.
And he says, no. He taps his belt, and you see he has a larger curved dagger in the more popular style of the sailors. And he says, it's quite all right. I've got this if we find ourselves in a scrape or if I need to cut something.
Well, I will take very good care. Thank you very much.
Of course. The handsome man hands you the weapon, and you feel that you've received a great gift from him.
As I take the knife, do I get a hint that this creature is, what did you call it, an Ifrit? Shoot, a genie? What did you call it?
So which are you referring to? Okay, you are
back in the desert.
Yeah, you
there
were
was
aware
the,
of it. There's a certain yokai that appears as a handsome man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is? Does Cabancho have some sense that would allow him to do something about that? Do you just say
besides the fact
j'accuse?
that we've come across this story and he's talked to someone in depth about this creature,
Mm-hmm.
like
You learned about it from
that would
Kyrak, yeah.
that would make him assume, but I have nothing that like tells me that I have nothing that confirms it.
But you have accepted the dagger.
I mean, as I'm taking the dagger, I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
be able to make a check to see if I can confirm this or not, and then use my other hand to grab the person.
Do you wanna? So, what do you look for to confirm this? Do you want to roll an insight and see, like, is there something lurking behind his eyes?
Sure. As I see like his intention, his malicious intent on trying to offer this dagger.
Oh my gosh, you actually rolled great on the insight. Holy shit.
Yeah. He definitely gives you the sense that he's doing something he's waited a very long time to do, and he's deeply pleased by this turn of events.
Yeah, I mean that's close enough for me. So that's confirmation. I'm gonna use my other hand to grab his arm.
He says, "Oh, what?"
Wait, is Cabancho assaulting someone? Hello?
And he says, Cabancho, what's happening? Lieutenant Cassandra looks over and says, hey, what's going on over here?
Lieutenant Cassandra, do you recognize this man?
And she says, that's Vrunk. He came aboard when we saved the Bagliano. He's one of the crew transferred over.
He downstairs?
Yes, I am.
He's been with us for...
Okay, I just want to make sure.
He's been with us for over 2 weeks at this point, Cabancho. What do you mean?
I don't know. I've been told stories of strangers passing beautiful weaponry that seems out of place. And I apologize if I'm jumping to conclusion, my friend, but you kind of check all the boxes.
And he says, "Well, what do you mean? Because I've given you something of importance, and it happens to be a weapon. You think it's what, some sort of curse?"
Yes, especially since I didn't say anything about curses and you brought that up.
And just, you said something about dangerous weapons. Cassandra says,
I said
Uh,
weapons out of place.
she looks and she says, well, what's the meaning of this? And indeed, you find yourself. Sorry, there was going to be a perfect way to make this like a 10 to 30 break moment. I didn't find it. It's 10:41. It's 10:43 now, or 10. It's 10:33. We'll be back at 10. We'll be back at 10:43. Is my fucking
Our break was
point.
so fast.
I was about to say, it's like, is he like 10 minutes in the future? What's going on?
We'll be back at 10:43. Thank you all
Look,
for coming.
numbers
out,
are
gamers.
hard. English is
Yeah.
hard.
The
Yeah.
timeline is broken.
The timeline's broken. Lee's in the future. Lee, what happens in the 10 minutes?
You'll have to find out on High Road.
Ah!
I'm gonna peace out for a moment. What time is it? Oh, fuck. Sorry, yeah, I just reheated this food. I'll be right back.
All right, Shin. So what is this yokai now? What fight are you about to drag us all into?
So back in the desert, there was
All the handsome men, yes.
yeah, there was a bunch of handsome men looking at us and trying to keep track of us. But
Mhm.
Alright, gamers. I'm back
someone
in the
had
saddle.
a
My
cursed
apologies for the
weapon
delay.
and I removed the curse from them and they
Mm.
got free from it. So I'm not too worried about the cursed weapon itself. But this isn't the first time a inconspicuous handsome person has been around us. So Kivacha's been feeling like we're being tracked for a while.
I mean, we have been being tracked for a while. Just I guess it's a new group.
Yeah.
Very inconspicuous, handsome person. You're around Tento all the time.
You mean Zion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Zion.
Zion. Yeah, I mean Zion.
Zion's
You're right.
true
My
beauty
bad.
cannot be seen by
True
your
beauty,
short
Zion
stature.
itself. Zion gets its wonderful skin by eating rocks.
I mean, you
all the
are
minerals. It's all the minerals in the rocks that it eats.
Tento is indeed inconspicuous with those high stealth rolls, but handsome, I don't know.
Hmm.
That's debatable.
So, that's it. That is a debate. So, the group finds themselves in an instant rush into
Are we
confrontation.
all down there
As
now?
Gabancho grabs someone's arm. Well, I mean, And no one's
I
eyeing
put
our
Lonnie
deck.
down there because Lonnie usually hangs
Yeah,
out below that.
Lonnie hangs out
Yeah.
down there on a casual basis. Lieutenant Cassandra is down here.
I mean,
And
are
it's
they making a
evolving.
commotion?
Yeah, there's a commotion going on. And, Kyrak is nearby and goes to check it out.
Alright. That's
And
good.
Kyrak says, "What's happening down here?" And Vronk looks at him and says, "It seems Kabanjo thinks that there's something untoward about this gift I gave him."
Well, I mean, there's one way to test that out. Again, I apologize if I'm falsely accusing you, and I take the dagger.
Yeah? You have the dagger.
Do I feel anything?
You feel the rocking
That's
of the
around the
ship.
corner now.
Sorry, what did you say, Lee?
You feel the rocking of the ship.
Alright, well, I'm gonna cast remove curse on myself.
Alright, so you start to cast a spell, right?
Hmm.
And
I'm still holding to Virunk if I can. But if I have to let go, then I will.
so you gotta
Magic's
move.
always double-handed.
You have to move your hands to cast a spell. He puts his hands on your hands and says, "Wait, what are you doing?"
It's a simple identification. I'm sorry. We've been burned many times in the past, and
He looks at Lieutenant Cassandra and says, What's he going? He's going to cast some spell." And Lieutenant Cassandra says, "The Shade of the Mountain are retained for their abilities." Yes, obviously.
don't worry. I'm casting this spell on me, not on you. You will not be affected by this.
He looks at you, deeply conflicted.
Can I try inciting if this is like fear of the unknown or like fear of
Yeah. You could roll insight.
very specific?
Okay, so
28. Jesus.
yeah, so Lonnie, you're like, I don't know, Tento, you are certain that he is about to do anything he can to keep Kabancho from casting the spell because he knows it's going to remove the curse and he doesn't want it to happen. What do you do?
Oh, I guess we're all gonna land. So I take it for wrong. So I was like, "Hey, man, don't worry. He's just checking." Cursed items can be a very big deal.
He's like, he says,
I grab his hands too, and
okay.
Kabancho's hand. Just like a little triangle thing. Just
Oh,
kind of
how many hands you got? Are you a fake creature?
This
What?
is kumbaya.
Let's just all chill out and just let Kabancho finish.
It's okay. This will prove your innocence.
Wait,
And
real quick,
I
how does
continue-
this man's hands look?
Very immaculate.
Yeah, like well manicured. Soft palms.
Well, man,
He said soft.
strange. Rock, you said you've been here for 2 weeks?
He's like, well, yes, of course. I'm a sailing man.
Now, our captain runs a very hard but fair shift, and for 2 weeks, and your hands are so nice.
I think
Not
at
rough at
this
all from
Okay,
doing
point,
work or anything like that.
It's my naturally youthful complexion.
I think
Tento, you
I
may
think
be rubbing your hand a
Tento's.
little too much.
Yeah, I think Tento's like being kind of very obvious about his suspicions. I'm gonna just
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna is because I presume Frank is like staring at Kabancho. I'm gonna step over You're
this fucking
kind-
spell already.
and I'm gonna prepare a hold person on Frank for if he makes any more openly aggressive.
All right. So you're all in position, and Vrunk,
Except for Zion.
At this juncture,
Zion's still on deck.
Yep.
hands grabbing everyone, everything going every which way. Vrunk just sort of full sends and goes to knock the weapon out of Cabancho's hand.
That's aggressive. That's
Okay.
going towards Cabancho unwarranted.
Can I stop him from doing
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you can absolutely do that. It's a bit of a scuffle. Roll of strength.
Might not matter if he also feels.
Is that a coin toss?
No, sorry.
Ability check or saving throw?
This is a strength check.
Okay. I never remember what those things are. Okay, good. I thought it was a 2.
Yeah. So you beat him back, and he is left making the wisdom save to be held or not. A check he fails. He is in fact, paralyzed now. And you guys have him, and Lieutenant Cassandra bolts back. He's Lonnie, he's doing it. Whips out her sword, not even know what to do. Kyrak's weapons are out. Kyrak says, no, it couldn't be, is it? And Cabancho, you have the spell ready. The guy is paralyzed. What do you do?
I'm gonna take the moment that he's paralyzed and I'm gonna bite him.
Let's fucking cast a spell. What are we doing?
All right.
Extending the paralysis. Actually, do I even have that on this character sheet? It's been so long since I've used this. I actually might not.
I mean, this is an import of the old Cabancho.
Yeah, it's in here. Did you want me to roll for an attack, or do I just get this off?
We can talk with advantage. Yeah, you do. You hit him.
Should I roll for that? I don't care for the damage, but I do want the
Sure.
paralysis part of it.
You hit damage. Okay. The form he has taken sort of shrinks upon your bite. However, as Vrunk slinks away, you do see that he's not fully defeated. Almost like something else lurks there. A more perfect man. A strange shift in his skin, a tautness of his muscles, his hair unfurling further. Even though he's incapacitated on the ground, there's a transformation underway. Cabancho, what are you doing with the weapon you were handed?
Now I'm gonna cast Remove Curse on it.
Alright, it absolutely removes the curse. He howls and shifts where he is on the ground and able to move. Clearly immediately affected by the casting of the spell. You feel as if though you've targeted something valid and removed a curse.
What kind
it's
of
okay.
curse was it?
Unfortunately,
Does that tell you?
It doesn't tell me. But last time,
Now stab him in the chest.
Thanos vanish away. Does it do the same thing this time, or is the dagger still in my hand?
The weapon does indeed vanish.
I flick my
Tento's gonna take
hands
this
and
time to.
use Tento's shoulder to wipe my hands a little bit.
Cassandra
Tento's gonna take
shouts,
this time to stab the guy in the chest.
"We've got some sort of a demon!"
He's trying for the test.
Alphonse runs downstairs and sees you guys stabbing Vrunk in the chest. But he also sees that he's his hair is slightly unfurled. And
Not quite demon, but a yokai. Treadfart probably would want to be here.
yeah,
Although
so
I think this is already over.
yeah, someone Alphonse screams, "You're killing him!" As several people now begin to scurry. Zion, would you come below deck when you hear that?
Yeah, I'm killing him. What the fuck?
Or is
Yeah,
it, or is it-
probably.
Yeah, sounds like a big
Yeah.
enough nest to, check
It
out.
sounds like an issue. Can we just talk about this?
Yeah, so
Can we just talk it out?
you come downstairs and you find that Tento has rammed a black iron sword into Vrunk. Vrunk is at this point not looking quite like himself. He looks shimmering. His skin like flashes different tones in roiling waves. His figures are perfectly etched and yet mutable, as if though looking at him from different angles shows different jaw lines, different flexes of bone, and configurations of sinew. He looks like a glitching character creation screen.
Is this creature fate? 'Cause I don't think I actually
He doesn't take
confirmed
any.
that.
He doesn't take any additional damage from the black iron.
Oh,
Until just sort of like, is anyone else gonna fucking help me or?
Yeah.
Zion smacks him.
Zion does a running elbow drop.
Okay. So on the next turn,
But
Casey.
Zion, it's a door.
Casey, what is your whole person DC? 16. Okay. So at the end of his
I'm
next
going
turn.
to
Mhm.
twist of fate that.
Okay.
Just keep him under paralysis.
It's like,
Um,
no, this is.
So, Treadfar, we don't have a whole lot of time. This is a yokai. They try to give me a cursed weapon. I've gotten rid of the curse.
My, is it a
Do
curse
you know anything
speaker?
about this?
Oh, how fascinating. Kyrak, isn't this the same sort of... Oh, could this be the same one? And Kyrak says, I think so. My goodness, Kabancho. To think, he'd wormed his way aboard this very crew. Thank you. He looks nothing like he did when we last met. But as you can see, it must be something that shifts. There's multiple witnesses now who can confirm you didn't just kill a random sailor.
So again, there's not a whole lot of time. Treadfar, do you know anything about this? What can we do?
And Dreadfar says,
You want me to stab it again?
Spark notes, my friend. Spark notes.
this strange apparition. The curse speaker is obsessed. It's spreading itself in the form of a curse. Well, you could destroy it, but I can't guarantee it'll be permanent. What you need to do is close the loop. It needs to be cursed by its own curse.
Well, I kind of removed the curse of the weapon he handed me.
Oh.
Awkward.
Well then...
That was my way of testing if, this person was true or not.
Yes, I don't mean to second guess your strategy, but, Dreadfar rubs their horn. And, it's pretty clear that there's going to be another save here. And
I'm technically
Dreadfar says...
cursed. Does that matter?
By him, or...
By something else.
Then I'm going to venture not... Look,
Is
You
there
need
any
to-
other weapons on him?
so you peel him, you, like, pull open his coat. You just see there's a regular dagger at his side you can take. He's got a piece of wood that could be used as a club as well. But there's not anything super impressive on him.
I mean, he had the other dagger.
Yeah, he had the other dagger. I was described. He had the dagger on the club. And Treadfar
Do
says,
we know if it's
well,
Sorry, go on.
if we can't close the loop, perhaps you could try diplomacy. Yes, hello there, Mr. Curse Speaker.
Treadfar? I just stuck a dagger in his head chest.
Oh, well...
He also can't talk back right now.
He also can't talk back right now.
Yeah, so... You
No,
failed
I
that
tried to
save.
hit first before diplomacy.
Who is that person?
And Treadfar says,
I mean, technically, we did talk it out a little bit.
Treadfar says, I think that you have him at quite the disadvantage. Now then, Curse Speaker, I know you're paralyzed at the moment, but hear me out. What if instead of continuing to try and curse people, you embraced your love of curses in a more productive manner? I mean, think of all the great uses curses have. He's paralyzed at the
On.
moment and can't quite respond.
What great uses?
Well, think of it this way. Some effects, like loud noises or not being able to drop something or flashing lights or certain aggravations of the body, are actually features. I mean, imagine, if you will, something that keeps you from falling asleep and keeps a bright light around you. Wouldn't that be useful for somebody who works late at night?
And how would they sleep afterwards? The light's always there.
We'll work on it. We'll workshop it. Listen, I'm not a curse speaker expert. I'm not sure what brings them into existence. or why they haunt, but surely there has to be some way around this. Redfar is just like pulling on their hair, saying, I only had more time to research.
Well, since the beginning of this voyage, I've been told to not leave things unhandled. So, Treadfar, if you can't think of anything,
Echo comes down
one
and
thing I
says,
can think of is continue stabbing it
what's the
until it
mean?
stops following us.
Keiko says, listen, is this thing an assassin that's chased you?
No.
I mean,
No?
I've been feeling like something's been tailing us and tracking us, so maybe.
Wait, since when?
Since the desert.
So, does this entity count as a curse?
This entity... Are you asking Treadfar that, or are you...
Yeah.
Treadfar says, Treadfar examines them closely, thinks about it, and says, well, all of the cursed objects they hand out are considered an extension of themselves. That's why they go away when the curse is broken. So it does stand to reason that they could be a form of curse themselves. A literal cursed existence.
So
This-
if I rip off its arm
Okay,
and start,
You know, you were going somewhere
huh?
with that Zion, and then like you just went
But
went straight to the arms.
Hey,
What? You gotta
while
kill
we're
it.
just while we're
You gotta
deciding
kill it with its own curse,
It's
right?
while
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
deciding whatever to do, maybe we could tie him up.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
another-
know if this is gonna.
At this point, there's another save.
Well, yeah,
All right.
that's that.
So Vrunk's gonna get unparalyzed, although he's being stabbed by Tento, unless anything is done to the 20.
Did Kabanja's
the
poison do
Anorak
anything?
paralysis holding him or no?
So so we rely here on the fact that paralysis technically incaps him, right? For that ruling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that the venom holds. The spell is gone, but the venom holds. That being said, Vrunk's face sort of twists, and it seems like he can speak after a fashion, as his body is suffering from the poison, but he continues to mold new faces, which slowly get Botoxified into being unable to move. As he says, I see you've found your way around my plans. You have to understand, there's nothing more painful than losing part of yourself. When you broke that curse, I had to follow you. I had to chase you. But now I see I've met my match.
Oh, Zion grabs one of its arms.
Mhm.
Wait, Zion.
Hey.
I think he's literally
Huh?
about to repent for his sins. You don't need to do that right now.
Huh?
How does it repent for its sins when
It
it needs
doesn't-
to do this to survive?
It doesn't sound like it.
I am the curse speaker. It is my nature. But your friend is correct. I can make the choice. I chose the righteous like Kairak, so I could punish him for his good deeds. They are foolish and disgusting to me. But now I realize it is I who is the fool. I was born of desire. Fools wanting that which they had been rightly denied, to grant them cheap pleasures and swift powers. But then, over time, I started to seek anyone, and the righteous had such an allure. Now, and he kind of turns to you, and his head is Botoxing, re-Botoxing, so he's, not able to speak for too long in a moment before the Anorak venom catches back up to him, and he needs to resculpt his head. He says, I think I could know the end of the cycle. If only I could be cast once more into the hand of someone deserving that fate.
I look at Tento.
Yeah, okay.
Is that you?
yeah,
I mean, you're a cursed magnet. Like you just pick up
yeah,
everything.
whatever. Just stack it on me. It's fine.
But
I'm sure it's not that bad.
is he talking about you? I'm very confused.
And Runk sort of twists his head and says, yeah, but this one, I feel so much selflessness. I feel so much value. Although you do lust for things, you do not have the blind greed. Are you sure that you deserve such a thing to be cursed?
Well, if I get you all for our bags and make sure everyone here is a little bit safer.
Very
Sure.
well.
Blind greed seems like him.
No, I can taste it on someone. I feel an aura of selflessness. Perhaps I came to hate it rather than what I sought, because it is so repulsive to me. It is not what I was born from.
Is this person here? Like in this area, I should say, sorry.
I do not know, but I cannot taste it. It's so far away. I cannot taste one who deserves me. And he slowly begins to melt away as a spiritual sort of burn of green-blue fire burns away at this paralyzed flesh. His head turns to you and says, give me the one who deserves. And as he burns away, a single +1 light hammer is left in its place. It glints there. It glints with a dark blue steel.
So, how do we pick this up and give it to someone without
Fascinating.
getting cursed?
Does anybody have lead-lined gloves? Or, perhaps we could use a series of slings and pulleys and ropes. Yes. Don't touch it. Lumi
So
kind of
it's-
licks Lonnie and asks why everyone is looking at the hammer that was so talkative.
So it
Honestly, I don't know.
he's
what
looking for
happened.
someone here?
No, not here.
Oh, someone far away.
Yeah.
I don't think that the curse speaker knew who they wanted to wind up with, just wanted someone worthy. So I suppose you could keep that hammer until such time as you find a genuinely awful person who deserves to be cursed. And then give it to them.
Lonnie looks at the hammer,
Uh,
looks at the bag of holding, and like just tries to gauge if there's a way to like get it to fit.
It's not a very
Is
it's
this
not a
safe?
terribly large hammer. It's a light hammer.
Oh,
You could
so it's
definitely
not
get
it's
it
not
in.
like a weapon hammer?
Oh, it is, but it's a light hammer, not a war hammer.
Okay.
So you know.
It's like
it's a
it's
one-handed.
more like, is
hammer.
it safe? How's a safe way to move this thing?
Oh.
We need a pulley or some lead. Zion, do you have any lead line stuff?
I could make some if we had some lead.
I
Don,
guess
didn't you have a
Lonnie's
lead
gonna
line box?
I guess
Yeah.
Lonnie's gonna try to shimmy the bag of holding over it.
I wouldn't. put
I
that in the
wouldn't.
bag of
I-
holding.
I thought we wanted to like not touch it but also move it. Is this not I guess we have to get it out again somehow.
Yeah, for someone to pull it out, they're gonna have to grab it.
Okay.
Unless
Also, I
you're
don't
willing
think
to
you
give
wanted
the
to
bag of holding
interact.
to the person.
Yeah, I don't think you wanted to interact with stuff in your bag in the bag of holding too. I got a lot of stuff in there. I don't want to touch my stuff.
I don't want to touch my stuff.
Um, I mean, we also don't have to honor its last words. It was a creature of chaos and
Yeah, but the whole
evil?
point of
I-
this
I'm
culture
not
was to
well,
stop
well,
this
quite sure
fucking
about that.
cycle.
Yes, but if you don't stop the cycle of the curse speaker, then, well, Bedfar rolls off and says, I suppose it's possible that it will just stop happening. But
Anyone got
It's also
lead?
possible I'll probably come back.
and Bedfar says, well, I have been collecting some of the shot unused by the pirate gunners. Perhaps there's enough to smelt down with, oh yes, the Machine of No Name smeltery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. Let's just store the
Now,
cursed
give me
item.
a Tinkerer's Tools check, Zion.
I'm gonna try to find a box to like trap it so it doesn't like slide across the deck or not the deck, the floor and just like tap someone on the foot.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
That is like the worst way to get fucking cursed. You're just walking, shit smooth little, just slides down, just taps you on the foot, like, oh. I guess I'm cursed now. Huh.
So let's see. Lonnie's been cursed. Cabancho's been cursed.
Kabancho's existence is a curse.
Tenta's definitely been cursed. So Zion joined the. I mean, I guess Zion got possessed briefly by a vampire. So does that count too?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? So that didn't work.
It's a 19.
So that might have worked.
All right, so, yeah, and technically speaking,
And
it's
you
just
nat
it's,
one and
it's
still
just,
got a fucking 13.
it's just saves and attacks that are actually fucked by nat 1s and 20s. So because it's a skill check, yeah, you can do this. Okay. Actually, you make a pretty nice lead gauntlet.
Hmm.
It does the job. You can wear it and it hinges, and you can just pick it up.
A nat one
Alright.
to almost a fucking 20. I think we're
guess
broken, guys.
I'll wear the glove and pick up the hammer.
Yeah, remember this the next time you ask for a level up shit.
Can we just like smack someone with this thing and they just get cursed?
Yeah, so you pick up the hammer, and where do you put the hammer, Zion?
Just hold it.
You just have the hammer.
I guess no one
It glints
touched
with
that
the dark
until we
blue
can make
steel.
a box
Well,
for it.
Zan, you do have a
Look,
lead line
Scout,
box. Can we just
If
put it in
you're
that?
super curious, we could try to hit you with it.
I don't
Also,
know
I
if
don't
it'll
think
fit.
smacking someone with it would be enough to curse them.
Remind me what the lead line box originally held.
I don't
Jewelry?
remember.
Yeah,
I think
I
I
so.
think it was jewelry, wasn't it?
Was it Tyr that had it?
I'm gonna say it's slightly too large for a
I think
jewelry
it was
box.
Tyr that had it.
It might have been Tyr.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to put it in your bag of holding?
No.
Valid.
Just Sky's reaction. No. Do we have any more materials to make another?
Could you make like a
line
lead?
box?
Could you make like a lead blanket to
A-
wrap
a
it in?
lead
Maybe.
Blanket?
That's a bit difficult.
I
Well,
think a lead
perhaps.
box would work.
Yes, perhaps we don't need it to be lead, but perhaps another pure metal, or, I mean, technically speaking, we should make sure nobody picks it up. Although we do have to consider.
I mean, yeah, we could put it in a regular box and just make sure no one touches the box.
You the one with the box that
Doesn't
big?
seem effective. That doesn't seem effective at all.
Are you the one with the box that big?
I mean, no, but we are in a ship full of chests and barrels and crates. Sure, we can consolidate something, right? Look at the captain.
Hold on. I'm gonna walk over to the machine of no name, open it up, and stuff it inside.
Amazing. Machine of no name.
Zion,
Machine of no name
that
is
means
down
I
here.
can't go in there anymore.
So,
No, just
does
do-
the
just-
machine of
do-
no name have a soul? Can the machine of no name be cursed?
The machine of
Does
no
this
name.
count as the machine of no name?
There just,
will
there,
be-
just, there just is a hammer inside the machine of no name now. Nothing seems to have changed otherwise.
You
You see through the cockpit screen in the chair. You see a fucking hammer.
The hammer's piloting it.
Yeah. They,
That was, like, super
they told
confused.
Shinji to do it so many times, the hammer decided, fuck it, I'll do it myself. So, yeah, the hammer resolved. Kyrak says, I never thought that I would know the day of revenge to be so bittersweet. It's, yes. I think there's a lesson in this. Perhaps everyone who crosses us upon the road is merely seeking their own absolution. I thank you, Iwancho, Tento, everyone. I feel, yes, this sea is clearly my road. Alfun says this is a most peculiar development.
I'm glad you're gaining so much from this, buddy.
Of course. And I hope that I have been able to help you as well. And, after a bit of conversation below deck, someone says, "Current!" And Keiko says, "What?" And comes upstairs, and you guys do feel a bit of a rocking under your feet. And it sounds like the boat itself is moving physically under yourself.
Oh.
Like,
Like,
what's
Wow.
going
not
on?
in a good way?
Like
What-
like a powerful current that starts to move the boat, even though the sails are empty because there's no strong winds.
Someone please tell me that
Huh.
this is normal and that we're not gonna sink.
Bonnie,
Please.
do you really want to know the answer
Abdiel
to
zips up top and said, "We'll see."
that?
Lieutenant Cassandra comes up to start directing people to be
Ooh.
safe. Hold on, sorry.
Oh. See, even the dog is like, why would you ask that, Lonnie? That's
I
Lumi.
think the dog agrees with me, and that now
that's
is a good time
Lumi.
to panic.
That's
And-
Lumi answering you. What do you like?
And
Lonnie, what do you think's gonna be the
Lonnie's
answer?
Lonnie's at some point switches to Parvia, like
He's
this is
actively
fine,
panicking.
right? Oh,
Lonnie,
we're
you're
not.
talking funny. Are you okay?
Don't don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
Would very much like to know an answer to this specific, very specific answer to this, though. Only that answer.
Camacho, what is Lonnie saying?
Oh, she's panicking.
Ah,
I don't know if you could tell, but she's panicking.
I could, but it's just so fun to watch.
Yeah, Lonnie, it's
Lonnie's
okay.
gonna go find that like Raminate bottle thing and just like start holding it.
So,
Honey, you'll be fine. You've got
This doesn't seem
Lumi?
normal. This doesn't
you-
seem normal.
I don't think this is normal. You'll be fine. You've got Lumi for support. You've got water breathing for 24 hours. Sorry, well, it's not the morning, so it's not 24 hours. You can breathe water
Mhm.
for a very long
Mhm.
time. Just don't sleep in the water.
I fail to see how this is going to help me not sink to the bottom of the ocean.
That's what you
Camacho,
got
it doesn't
Lumi
seem like
for.
she's not.
Kyrak says, "Well, I don't think that we're sinking. I think we're changing direction."
Lonnie has switched to Parvia because
Mhm.
Lonnie is not doing too hot right now.
And Treadfar says, "Oh dear, it seems that Lonnie's language when confronted with high-stress environments has shifted markedly. Is that
Yeah, it's
Parvia
funny.
I'm detecting? Curious.
It's funny
Is it
sometimes.
me or Lumi's markings not all the same? I'm starting to think." And then the ships were ships below. It says, "I'm thinking I need to get up top. Come on, try. I trust you. You're able-handed to handle this."
Yeah, I got this.
There's a lot of to do up on the deck as people shout and point.
Well,
The movement of the boat becomes less significant after a moment and just sort of coasts. But you guys definitely feel like the boat is underway, sloshing and heaving and moving like it was before the squalls, but you don't hear any wind having picked up.
Tento's gonna go up too. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how odd is this?
And everyone, Gregorio says, "This doesn't happen. Look, the waters around us have shifted direction. They're
Oh.
And yeah, you guys find yourselves adrift for a while. The shift in the water direction begins to taper off, and
Line
And
does this stuff too.
if only someone had water could control water, man. Imagine that.
Sounds like someone
If
is
only
using
someone
control
who could be
water.
of use right now could control water.
Yeah. So what's going on in the below decks with Lonnie?
Bonch is just trying to calm her down.
Uh, where is the
Bonnie's
ship?
gonna hang by the stairs so that she can start climbing upwards if water starts coming in.
We're not gonna crash into anything, are we?
Character articulation says, "I only see water for all around."
I feel like Gloomy is going to just casually choose to not translate a lot of this.
Is there anything in the direction that we're moving? Is this just water still?
What was the question?
Like, are we heading towards anything, or is it just still just water all around?
I mean, it could be something underground or underwater. We only see the surface right now.
So nothing seems to be happening. Now beyond the fact that your boat is moving, the waters are gently accepting your motion. The strong direction of the waters have stopped, and the wind remains dead. You guys are floating along. Keiko says, "I don't like this at all." Alphonse, do you do something about this? Alphonse rubs his chin and says, "I can. But I don't think we should take such drastic measures so early into the journey. If Zvora permits this, it must be the will of the god of the sea." He says, "Ch. Well, we'll see what my will is from behind the wheel. All right, what can we do, Norabal?" And he says, if we go too hard against it with the rudder, we risk snapping." Amazing.
Thank you.
Kyrak.
I'm here all night. You know.
Yeah. The deacon tread far at the front. Look out as Rashuna gazes as well. And Skyturner once again has flown out to scout, and he returns, clapping hard and squawks, "Birds!"
Like friendly birds.
Yeah, he points, and you do see far in the distance a small group of birds flapping their wings. They seem to be going in a wide arc around a position. I need to let the dog back in.
Are we sinking yet?
I don't understand
No.
what she's saying.
Lonnie, we're
No,
fine. Nothing's going on. Nothing's wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not fixed yet either then.
That's also correct.
Your assumption isn't wrong.
Yeah, so you guys are back aboard, and the ship is moving. Do you do anything about this fact?
Only follow what the captain
Panic.
says.
All right.
Tento, how much do you believe in us, and do you want to go diving?
What? How's that gonna help anything?
Well, you should answer the question first, and then we'll figure out what's going on after
Let me
that.
answer my question first, and then we'll go on to this.
Yeah, you're so lame. All right. Well, I'm gonna throw you in the water like bait, and you get to see on the water if there's anything pulling us, pushing us, or if there's anything else underwater, and then we'll pull you out.
But can't we just look over the boat to see if something is pulling us?
Can you look under the water from over the boat? Because if you can, then sure. But I'm
This is
assuming you
confusing.
can't.
Why would this? Okay, sure, yeah, just okay. I guess I'll go look. I'll see what the point of this is, but
See what's down there. Because if there's nothing down there, then we know it's magic. If there's something down there, we know it's a creature. One, we
Okay,
can do
yeah.
something about. The other, I don't know what we can do about.
Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, just I'm gonna check if there's anything underneath us. Tie a rope to me.
Alright, Kyrak throws rope around you, and Gregorius pivots to the anchor and says, "Dive."
Woo!
You jump off and you splash into the water. Give me acrobatics for your 3-point twirl.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go.
Everyone got the score signs ready?
Tento takes home the bronze at the Olympics.
It's a fucking 22.
Yeah, alright, but like, you know, you gotta think you're competing against the best people in the world at the Olympics. Like, come on.
Who the fuck are
it's
the best
not a
people in the
30 or
world? We're the
something.
only ones here.
The third best in the
I
world.
don't know.
Okay?
Try rolling a nat 20 next time.
I don't know. Sailors watch Olympic sports game a lot. You know, that's their common
Yeah,
pastime.
they know the standards.
Yeah, so you swim around a
Oh yeah,
bit.
eat my dick though. That was better than bronze. I hate you all.
You can't hear any of us say any of this. You're underwater.
Yeah, you swim around under a Tento, and you don't see anything that would suggest that there's, untowards activities of the creature variety. It just the water seems to be trending this way under both of your ships.
Also, as a reminder, you do have water breathing, so you're not gonna drown down there or anything.
I'm attached to a rope. How would I drown?
If it was a creature down there and it pulled you, like a bait.
Oh, since I was pretty sure there was no creature down there, he didn't care.
I hate to bring this up, but how is Tento gonna see in the water, specifically under a
That's a
boat,
good point too,
blocking the
actually.
sunlight?
Yeah, I mean, it's shadowed, but you can see.
It's not
Yeah,
like
it's like-
pitch dark
it's
as soon as you get underwater.
I'm sure there's something big enough to
You-
actually move physically
Yeah,
move
you
the boat.
you have already swum under it. That's why. All right, so then it was been around,
It's-
right?
Yeah.
You didn't find it. You didn't find anything. When you come back up to the main level, you do find that people welcome you back. They undo the rope, and conclusively, there's no creature underneath the boat. You saw there was nothing.
I saw nothing.
All right, I was kind of
Alphonse.
hoping you did find something because that means this is magic.
Alphonse steps forward and says, "The winds have changed, and the waters as well.
Wait, is it the winds that are moving us or the water that's moving us? Or is it both?
The winds have been denied to us because we could use them to go where we would. Now the currents carry us where they may.
Okay. That was me like just making sure.
Let's see where they take us." "You're sure?" Keiko says. "Yes. In the event that we are brought into an untenable scenario, I have a means to ensure that the waters turn to our side. I don't want to do it as anything but a last resort. Our present situation is inconvenience by comparison." Oshuna says, "Your god is so fickle, Alphonse? No, my god does not believe in spurious use of precious powers and disturbances of the natural pattern."
Speaking of spurious use, has it been an hour since the yokai debacle?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my uses back.
It's a good segue.
Amazing. So, yeah, Skytrainer flies back out briefly in the direction of the circling birds and then flies back and calls and indicates that he thinks they're headed for a nearby, probably someplace where they can nest. Maybe a rock or a landmass of some sort.
Are there are we like going the same directions with the birds?
The birds were circling. So no.
No,
you're
those
not.
birds are circling us. Okay.
You're headed past where the birds are circling, presumably towards the center of where that was from. But yeah, do you guys do anything other than wait for this to pass?
I don't know if we can do anything.
All right.
Yeah.
So 3 hours later, you guys see an island reared on the horizon. The boats have stopped moving. And your one opportunity is the thwart. Captain Keiko calls you to the upper deck alongside both of the paladins.
Okay.
And Treadfar. Alright, you cast Alacrity on Tento.
Is that the same island we saw the other day?
Sky Turner says, "Oh, no, that island's far behind us. It was larger too.
Or is it?
This one's narrow. And it's got a cave on the end, it looks like. Hard to say at this distance."
I'm sure it'll be fine.
So, Keiko has summoned the Shade of the Mountain to the upper deck. Do you go?
Or am I not already on the upper deck?
Yep. I'll sorry. I'll pop you up. Oh shit.
Let me go through the door.
I'm just gonna
I'm
hold
in.
still and allow Lee to do this. I feel like every time
Yeah, the stairs are
one
cool,
of
but like,
us like moves our
keep
character and
bumping
Lee's
into
also
them.
trying to move us.
Yeah.
Like the two guys in the corridor just like walking the same direction, blocking each other.
Lonnie, do you come up
Mhm.
as well? Lonnie's on? Question mark? Question mark?
Is boat still shaking, right?
No. Boats come to a stop.
Okay. Sure. Lonnie's gonna ask, are we no longer sinking?
Abdul says, we were never sinking. I'm not sure.
Wait,
Sorry,
are
that
you like
rumor.
still in panic mode or are you not in panic mode?
I mean, once the boat stops, I guess Lonnie would drop it.
Alright. So
Why did you think we were sinking?
you come to the upper deck, and where you've been summoned, and the captain awaits you. Captain Keiko says, "All right, here's the situation. Something's manipulating the water and the
Great
wind.
distance.
Yes, over great distances. We've arrived at the edge of this island. The thwart will allow us to paddle in. Alphoons. In worst case scenario, you have great power over the water. We're going to leave you aboard the boat so that you can activate it, and also fend off any water beasts that attack." He nods. "Rashuna, I want you to be able to defend the ship as well." "I see, so you're leaving me on the backbench. Well, frankly, in the event of a disaster, you'll need every crew member you can get. As such, just the Shade of the Mountain, myself and Treadfar will be going aboard." And Rashuna says, "You're talking about destroying the expedition if anything goes wrong on that." "You're going to go as well as Treadfar?" Keiko thinks about it and says, "Make a good point. Treadfar, stay here." "Oh, but what if there's something important to learn?" And Keiko says, "Well, Zion's a scholar as well, isn't it?" She says, looking at you.
Indeed.
Treadfar says, "Oh, well, that's true. Friend Zion, I trust this to your capable hands. I'll stay aboard and see what I can't rummage in the books I've brought." And they head down to the captain's cabin, and they say,
They sad.
yeah, they do seem a little sad, but also a little relieved because it's going to be dangerous. As Treadfar says, Novin the novice, yes, could you help me?" And Novin's like, "Oh, of course." And
I'm loving the novice.
So Keiko is now leaving behind every non-party member, crew member, and proposing that you join her on the thwart and literally row out to this island to see what the fuck is up.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
All right then.
Whee!
I've sparred with you enough to know.
Wait,
that
are we
you-
leaving the machine with no name here too, or no?
I don't see why you wouldn't
Yeah.
bring the machine with no name. Or sorry. I mean, I can see it
Yeah,
either way.
sure.
You want to bring the machine with no name? You want to leave it?
Yeah, bring it.
The machine with no name hops in the back.
And almost capsizes the
Wait,
boat
can-
with its weight, right?
Can
Yeah, who knows when we'll find
Can
an
you
asshole
just-
that deserves to be
can-
cursed.
can you just make sure that like the lead glove is like taped somewhere on the machine of no
Just
name.
taped.
Just taped, somewhere that can be reached easily.
It's actually still holding the hammer.
The machine.
The glove is just on the hammer.
Okay, that seems safe. Yeah, that seems safe. Yeah. What's the worst could happen? Yeah, be fine.
All right, so everyone comes aboard the vessel, I assume.
Mm-hmm. I'm already on there.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Everyone biles in. Lumi's a little skittish about more wood, and you guys are slowly lowered into the water with a plunk. And from there, Captain Keiko says, "All right then, time to row."
How does Lonnie feel?
Lonnie, you're not present into the effects. So do you want to take the last of that don't get seasick stuff? You want another bump of the don't get seasick powder?
Oh, I don't know how much I got.
You have enough to
Snort
do
that.
one more.
We're going to land if this creeps up afterwards, though. Fuck this. Lonnie is hugging Lumi, but also has the Romney bottle
right.
that totally will not fail her in her time of need. In the other hand.
All right. So, who is actually putting in the work to row this boat? Because the wind is not helping you.
I nominate Zion, for it is a very strong metal person.
And then what? The rest of us to match
could do-
face with Zion?
You could do a vehicle
Yeah.
proficiency for water vehicles with advantage, or you could just do a straight athletics.
Yeah, I don't have vehicles, so athletics it is.
Would you count this
As I say, I don't trust Poncho, so
What do you
Zion's
mean?
probably the best
It
bet.
plies the water, if inartfully, and perhaps doesn't go anywhere fast.
Huh.
At least we're going somewhere.
At least we're moving, guys. And that's at the end. Isn't that what matters?
Diego looks back and says,
Lonnie's just gonna like reach out with her eyes closed and try to like lay her hand on Zion's armor and then cast guidance.
you may just reach out and touch Zion, and what? Yeah, that's an extra D4, right?
1d4.
All right, roll that 1d4 and see how well it goes, Sky. All right, so a
Double
10.
digits, let's go!
Yeah.
It moves the boat towards your objective. It will be hours at this rate if nothing else is done. The steady paddling rate is.
Okay. Zion, you get one side, and then
The rest of us get the
Kabancho
other?
can get the other side.
All right, so you're trying to direct them.
We can't.
All right, Kabancho,
We can't be too crowded. Their oars aren't that big.
Are you going to go for the Rowan, Kabancho?
Yeah, Kabancho will try to assist.
And Lonnie, can Lonnie like clap her hands in a rhythm, like with
Yeah. Give me a performance.
We got a little cheer squad. Let's go.
Give me a performance.
No, you actually do this with boats because you have to sync up the rowing.
Yeah. So give me a performance to do like a good measure setter.
Make sure you guys follow Lonnie's rhythm.
Everybody rolls with advantage. Zion, roll another one because you have advantage now. Everyone make their athletics with advantage if they are doing the rowing.
That's just a good poncho.
Double digits, let's go!
You know what? That's close.
Let's go!
That's close enough. It seems like it's good enough.
The group manages to peel out, and
Lonnie's just like thinking in her mind as she claps, like, I hate boats. This really sucks.
What a wonderful song Lonnie is singing in her head.
Lonnie's trying to not think about.
After a significant amount of rowing, the group finally arrives at the edge of this island. And you notice something moving on the shore. Oh my god, it's a sheep.
A sheep?
I mean, sheep. Wait, what?
Happy sheep.
There's a sheep? Yeah. There are several smaller islets to the edge of this island. some of which have
remember this-
jagged growth on them.
Remember when we changed the scary spider to a sheep?
Yeah.
Keiko
Wasn't it
directs
still
you.
a menace?
Keiko directs you to, and
Sorry.
you bring up your ship along the edge of the shore,
It turned
And-
into we couldn't hurt it.
and you find yourselves in a safe place. Or I mean, rather, you safely come to shore. And she says, "All right, I'll stay with the boat." And gesticulates to you and says,
I'm out.
"I apologize for leaning on you so much, but you are the shade of the mountain. I'm afraid that this is striking me as an
we were brought here
adventurous
for this
situation."
reason.
So what are we looking for again? Like, is there any hint, or just look for something that's, I guess, controlling water? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, you need to find something that's doing something.
There's no leads? Okay.
You step out onto an island with a vast sandy bank.
Who
Unless
needs
you can
leads?
guess
We're a
what's
bunch
doing all
of
this.
people. We're a bunch of clever people. I'm sure we can find out what's going on here.
This is a different day, or the same? No, this is the same day as the curse guy, the curse speaker, right? This is a day. Okay.
Lee.
I think it's the same day as Curse Speaker. Yeah.
I guess we go straight.
Grass.
Yeah, so you see there appears to
Well-
be, a way up here, a way up here.
Alright.
Do you want to take a moment to think about our decision?
Actually, Lonnie's gonna go talk to the sheep.
And okay.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wait. Lonnie's gonna go here, realize that she's riding a wolf, and I guess dismount Lumi.
Yeah, the sheep seeing a wolf goes, "Eh," and they kind of run. Although that's interesting because it's interesting that they know that a wolf is dangerous. So they've gone up here, and where the black just judges up against the green, there's normally a way up.
Lonnie's
Actually-
gonna just call out with speak with the animals. Like, wait, I'm sorry. I promise I won't eat you.
I'm
Yes,
not-
because every predator says that.
Also, I'm pretty sure he's not worried that you were gonna eat him. He's worried that Lumi's gonna eat him.
Yeah, no, I promise that she won't eat you.
Yeah, so you step up and you find yourself 15 feet up after like sort of a jagged run up. There's like very scarce tree trunks. There's a sheep,
Oh.
and there's a cave entrance here. The sheep seems interested now that you're saying that you won't eat it, and he goes bah, and kind of like walks up to you.
Why is Lonnie following a sheep?
You see, there's 5 more sheep over here. They kind of look over quizzically. Bah, bah.
You're not gonna mention this?
I mentioned that there's a cave entrance there.
Oh, I can see. I see something here. Am I not supposed to see this?
You take a screenshot of what you see?
Yeah, because I don't want to. PMs. I don't want to say what this is out loud in case I'm not supposed to see it, because it kind of sounds like I'm not
Beholder.
supposed to.
Boulder-kun?
Behold,
Boulder-chan?
the beholder.
Boulder Beholder?
I see it right there.
Oh? Alright.
So I'm not supposed to see that, right?
So
I just see a field of sheep.
that
You are-
token hasn't been in that position since before before you guys connected tonight. So the fact that you're doing that implies to be something that's terribly lagged out and fucked up.
Okay.
Is it still there?
You are divining
No, it's not
it.
there anymore. It's not there anymore. Cool.
All right. I think that I've managed to update.
That's pretty
it.
funny.
It does suck that happened, but
Okay, I just will be ignorant of this.
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
like
the
Lee's
part-
reaction.
Lonnie's just gonna be like,
good.
Lonnie's just gonna want to like try to go pet the sheep. Then
Yeah, the sheep kind of looks like and looks at the cave somewhat worriedly.
Lonnie's gonna be too engrossed in petting something nice and soft and
Z-
fluffy
Zion-
after
Z-
who knows how long on this she's.
Dang.
You see,
it's looking
you
fluffy
see,
enough.
Tento whispered to Zan, do you think Lonnie's catching us dinner?
The sheep seems alarmed at this and goes, "Eep." Hops back.
I'm too far away. It's the
Alright.
5 feet of isolation, Lee.
Listen, it's a very
You
perceptive
didn't state
sheep.
the 5 feet of isolation. You gotta state it.
I'm
Doesn't come to
sorry, it's 5 feet
existence
of
unless
isolation.
you say-
Those,
Oh, okay.
So those are my friends. There's the idiot there. The middleman beside him is named Zion.
The
Wow.
sheep sort of bleats in response to this information, rather passionately.
I do have speak with animals, so the
Okay, do you have it up?
it's not a concentration, so I thought we decided like
Oh,
I
no.
pretty
Okay.
much always have it up unless there's like a 10-minute period.
Okay, then
where, like I don't.
that's something I probably should have already been telling you then, but the sheep says, "Danger! I'm in danger. Please save me."
Look, I know we came running at you on a wolf, but like
No,
You came running at him.
no, I mean the island. We're in danger. I ran away from the flock because I'm afraid she'll find me.
Who is this exactly?
No, you guys hear boom, boom, boom.
Lonnie's just gonna say,
As,
in case
very
you
heavy
haven't already
footfall
figured it
moves
out, someone else is on the island and she's looking for sheep. And
And-
Lonnie's gonna try to pull the sheep back
No.
down the hill.
Yeah.
Wait, why the
You
sheep?
pull the sheep down the hill, and the sheep informs you, you should be wary. There's more going on, and yeah. So Zion is headed north with the machine with no name. What are Tento and Kavancha doing?
I presume the
And,
booming is
uh,
coming from
Yeah,
this
Lu-
direction,
yeah,
right?
Lumi's coming over. Yeah, it's coming from the direction of the cave.
Okay,
Tonto, if you
Lonnie's gonna
want
just
some-
try to like pull it to the cliff, so maybe we will be hidden. Cause we're
If you want some dinner, I can get you some rocks over in that cave.
No, that's fine. Also, did you guys that booming noise is like loud, right?
I mean, Lonnie also said that she like walked on by. Like, there's someone on the ship and there's someone else on the island, and she's looking for the sheep.
Why don't you just give it a sheep then?
I think we back away from the cave or get ready to deal with whatever walks out of the cave. As I see
Mhm.
Zion
Do
making
we
some-
want to give it the high ground or do you want to be at the same level?
I think we need to see what comes out, but I
Is
don't
this
know.
a tree?
Yeah, it is a tree. You want to hide on the tree trunk?
I will stand
Can I do
behind the
that?
tree trunk.
All
I
right.
will hide near the tree trunk.
All right.
If
Give,
Lonnie stands on top of Lumi, can she like peek over the cliff?
it
Are
is
you-
a. You're not gonna get 15 feet out of that.
Also, what time of day is it? Is it dark out? Is it light out?
It's light. It's perfectly light out.
Alright.
So, Tento and Zion make stealth rolls unless you don't want to make a stealth roll, Zion.
I mean, can I go? How big is this bush?
Hey, nice.
It's a nice source of cover. You can roll a stealth.
Oh, I
roll.
saw that 19. It was so close.
My screen paused it on the 20. I'm like, hello.
Like I said, I'm standing.
You're
behind the
standing.
tree.
And then, oh wait, no, Cavancho's rule's good now. Yay.
Boom.
What do you mean
Oh,
it's good
dude,
now?
so-
I've always rolled good stealth, except like
Uh,
twice.
Boom.
And those 2 times.
So, you see a Cyclops with a big fucking boulder over one shoulder.
Am I also
and a
rolling
giant
stealth,
club
by the
over
way?
the other, stepping out. If you're fully obscured by the cliff, you could still roll a stealth though to hide, but you won't be as worried. The Cyclops steps out, looks around, looks at the sheep, and says, dinner time. And you hear a voice say, no, not dinner time. No. And you overhear, you see, rather, an individual tangled in seaweed with strange curling red hairs, sort of the hue of coral, stands here. And she converses with the Cyclops. The Cyclops says, dinner now? And she says, not now. The flock is too small. See that one of them got away? Go catch him. Oh, okay. Thank you. I didn't know what I was doing without you, but now I have a nice flock. And you note, by the way, he's got like a sheep wool loincloth basically. And to go the figure in the cave says, Of course. Now return with some mutton. And she just steps back in, and Phytar. She says, returns with some mutton, Phytar. And Phytar says, yes. Looks
Can
over
Lonnie hear that
and says,
conversation?
yeah, you overhear the whole conversation. Phytar looks at the tree that Zion's staying behind and says, huh,
Metal
shiny,
tree.
shiny metal. Shiny metal. He starts to step towards the tree where Zion is hiding and thinks, wait a minute, I don't want metal. And then starts to step over here and pauses and says, but where did it come from? And this giant Cyclops is beginning to come over here to investigate what the fuck is up.
Can Lonnie like peek around? I don't know with elevation, but is she able to like peek around and throw out like a minor illusion? I forget if it can be. Can you move it?
Minor illusion is static. You cannot move it. You can recast it, but object cannot be moving. It's like a picture.
Wait. I can also do a sound. Yeah, can I do a sound from the like originating from like fuck, sorry, range, just 30 feet. 30 feet. Measure this. Can you do like a sound of a sheep? Oh god, I did not want it from that direction. Yeah, I guess like from originating from here of like a sheep bleeding.
Yeah, you'll have to get line of sight on that position, so you want to peek your
Yeah, I
head
just
up.
like want to peek around the corner. I don't know if elevation makes me have to reveal myself. Or...
It's a 15-foot height difference.
Oh,
so
I am in the wall now. Whoops.
Yeah, it's 15 feet, so you are gonna have to come up a bit. But you peek your head over, you make a sheep sound, and you just try and dart back in as fast as possible, right?
Yeah.
All right, give me an athletics from Lumi to just pull you back real fast.
I don't know if I would have gone back on Luby.
Well then
Because I was talking to the sheep.
make a stealth through stealth.
Hey.
Right. You do all right, and you want to make a sheep bleeding sound.
Yeah. From behind the Cyclops.
Cyclops wheels around, no longer interested in shiny metal, swinging his club wildly, flashing up a dirt clod and sending grass flying. Says, "Oh, sheep!" And he runs over and he comes to this cliff and he looks over the side.
Oh man, I
left
wasn't
and
hope.
right.
Just up and angle it more. Okay.
Oh, oh!
Good.
I thought, and he kind of like scratches his head. Metal. He says, "Sing over his eye." So, important note, Tento. There's only grass between you and him. Do you want to like get down and like hide in the grass? Do you want to reposition?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to reposition myself and get down on the grass like this. Or
All right.
I guess we're here.
You're prone in the grasses. It's going to help you not get seen, and you're just not there, so you don't have to do retest or anything. You're just not seen. Fighter does walk up to Zion and say, "It's a big metal suit. Hey. Hey, Tegula, did you order a big metal suit? There's one by our tree." And Phytar sort of gently tries to poke Zion with a great club. How does Zion respond?
Zion does not move.
It's some sort of armor. And in that moment, there's a splashing in the water nearby, and
Can I cast? Oh, actually, let me see if mine. Oh, damn! She's behind us now. Oh, that is also too far for me to cast minor illusion on
he
it.
seems to manifest out of the water as green and red bits fold and seal themselves, taste and singe away a milky white flesh below, and she steps up out of the water, although doesn't seem to linger on you. As she walks up and says, her eyes sort of unfog, and she says, "Yes." And Phytar points and says, "What this?" And Tegula says, "Oh my goodness. Some sort of dwarvish runecraft has washed up on our shores, but no. How is it under a tree? He comes up closely and starts to poke Zion's head and chest and says, "Turn on for me." Poke, poke, poke. Meanwhile,
This is the part where you say beep boop.
Cabancho and Tento, you're like real dug in stealthily while this is happening. Lonnie, you're back here with him. She have no name, and the sheep says,
Tento's just like, are they like? Do not both this dumb, right?
the sheep.
I mean,
The sheep says, "Evil."
Zion is a very rare thing. Like, suits of armor don't move normally.
Wait, what did the sheep say?
The sheep says, "Powerful magic. Be afraid. She's dangerous."
Okay, Lonnie's just gonna whisper to the sheep like, I'm gonna cast some magic on you. And we're just going to go over to the other side of the island so I can go home with them.
The sheep says, "But there's one problem with that."
What is that?
But you see, we're trying to get around the island, but. And as the sun shines high above, there is sort of a sense of impending change as there's almost a lick of wind that begins to travel. Almost a suggestion that the squalls are over and that your boat will be able to move again, but also a suggestion of change, broader. And as the sheep moves to accompany you, nervously, it says, "But it's midnight, and now it's time for feedback phase." So, yeah. Thank you all for coming out, everyone.
I was half expecting you to say like, "But I am with the witch," and just.
Oh, you don't know that yet. He could still say that. He
Yeah.
could still say that.
But let's power phase this because I gotta jet right after this. But Casey, hit me with it.
So we're actually just starring the Odyssey, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I saw that thing from. I was like, I know that looks familiar, but why does it look familiar?
This is gonna be an interesting fight if we do end up fighting. The Sea Hags encounter was also kind of fun. Thanks for impromptu interview with Sea Hags. And the curse
About that
speaker
lore.
thing. I guess we were due for a curse, right? I don't know, just fun little adventures. Yeah, and like just kind of overall slow episode, but we need some in between other stuff. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, when.
Hi, lots of fun today. Lots of fun RPing. Glad we have another cursed item that we'll give to
Nothing
someone, I
bad.
guess.
Nothing bad could ever come of this.
Nothing ever bad comes off from cursed items. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, it's fun. You know, we have something to give to someone we don't like or who deserves it. I don't know what the difference is, but there is. Fun RPing. Yeah. Can't wait to see what happens in this situation because I'm not quite sure what the outcome to this is. I'm assuming it's a fight, but I could be wrong. And that's it for me.
All right, Shin.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a slow session, but I don't think it was particularly a bad thing this time around. I'm excited to see what this island is. It kind of does feel like we did jump into the pages of the Odyssey.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the direction we're going now kind of feels a little ambiguous. It kind of feels like we're waiting for like I don't know, like a trigger or something. But I'm excited to see what happens here. I'm expecting a fight, but I'm kind of interested in the relationship between these two NPCs and what this island is. Because it kind of seems like they're just trying to survive here. The sheep also said they were dangerous. But everything is dangerous to a sheep? Anyways,
So the sheep is livestock.
but yeah, I would love a level, but I know it is
Bro,
not yet
yeah.
to come.
No.
Can we just like D-level Shin and just be over with it?
All right, I think with that, I think we give Kai.
Yeah, I agree that it was overall a slow session,
Mhm.
but not terrible. Fun RP. Seems like an interesting island. And I hope excited to see what's gonna happen as I pretend I'm just a suit of armor. And I hope
Tree.
it's been a while since we fought like monsters, you know. And Zion's raw material are getting a bit low.
Mm.
Is that what everything is to you? Crafting material?
Yeah, I just want
different
I just
forms of
want to
crafting.
craft. Let me craft.
Look, Zion is just he's playing his Monster Hunter OCR, right? Guy's just playing his Monster Hunter OCR, right? Guys,
Yeah.
Isn't there this like RP system that's all about like going to go get ingredient honey monsters to like cook stuff?
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
need
a
to go find
manga.
this. I need to go find. Oh, maybe it's a manga. I thought it was also. Anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you dive in a
that's it for
dungeon and
me.
eat shit.
I think this is a Dungeon Meshi game. All right, so yeah, I'm going to raid Talking XP. I will see you all on the flip side, dreamers.
Bye, peeps.